What if you walked into a frat house though and you saw there was plastic on the couch? Like, wouldn't you be like, hey, that's dope?
I would not sit on that couch.
I would say, what movies are they filming at that house?
Or I would say, what is that just for all the vomit and stuff? And
If you walked into my
secretions?
house and I had plastic on the couch,
I'd walk out.
I would
Yep.
too.
I don't think any of you would come.
I
to my
walk
house.
into Grandpa
I would come over to your
McMaster's
house.
and he's got plastic. I'm like, I'm going to
You're
sit.
invited.
I would come over if he invited me. Not just like a general, like come over anytime type of thing.
Well,
But, like,
I'm
come
all-
over now.
Look, I love hosting, so I have an open door policy. Like if anybody ever comes, I always get a Sara Lee bundt cake just in case somebody comes over, just in case for company.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh boy.
I got it. I just have a Sara Lee bundt cake. Just waiting for
what
people.
happens if it
Is that a meaning of something?
what
like,
happens if it meets its demise before anybody comes over?
Well, I just eat it.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
that a is there something behind like hospitality?
Yeah, that's
A
1,000,000%.
bundt cake means
It's company. You know, Sebastian Maniscalco talked about it. My mother did it. It's
When
just
you're
something
here,
that I
your
do.
family.
When it's my
and
house.
here's a bundt cake.
We
My
like Applebee's
apartment
in
is an
that way.
Olive Garden. Okay, it's
Oh,
just
that's Olive Garden.
It's
yes.
a perpetual Olive Garden. When you're at the McMaster household, your family.
Say
So-
when.
Do we get unlimited breadsticks and salad?
You get, I got whatever you want, man. I got beer, I got whiskey, I got vodka, I got chips. We'll probably do a
But-
little like nacho bar. If you
People
want
don't
me to
just
do a
come
nacho
over
bar.
though. Like
No, it's unfortunate.
no, but there's got to be a specific invite. Like if you want
Sure.
people to actually come over, you have to say come over today at this time. You know.
Yes, currently at the apartment that I'm at because I don't know anybody. I don't know any neighbors other than the Creighton baseball team that moved out and now has removed back in and is always my neighbors.
Mhm.
I'm just perpetually neighbors with the Creighton baseball team, apparently.
They won the Big East. People forget that.
Well, at least one of the guys.
Twice.
At least one of the guys who lives next to me did not win the Big East.
No, they
Last
lost the Big East last year in the
Yes.
Big East tournament.
Yes, at Prasco Park.
I was there. I remember.
Hey, can I ask you?
And they lost 2 out of 3 in Omaha.
Now that school's in session and teams that like baseball teams are all kind of practicing. Did you see the first day they were down at the Chuck Box? The hats they were wearing.
Yeah.
Are those going to be game hats?
I don't believe so.
Those are great hats.
I don't believe
Is that
so.
a BP hat?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they won't wear them in game?
I don't know. I don't know what they're planning on doing with that. I know they were planning on doing a little different some different touches to their uniform this year.
Yeah.
But I don't think that those will be because I think they were snapbacks.
Oh, okay.
I think they were like just BP hats. So yeah, I think they're gonna do a couple different, they're gonna add a hat or throw some different colors in there. But
This ain't Ed Services program anymore, huh?
well, I mean, last year they introduced the new phenomenon known as not black cleats. So that was a big step.
That
You're
is
kidding.
That was
in Ed's world, that is a big
That
step.
was a big step.
That's a step.
Yeah, it was a huge step.
What are we in?
Is
We're in 2005.
It was a huge step.
It's like the Fab Five when they wore the black socks and
So-
everybody freaked out.
One step at a time, Matt. One step at a time.
So you couldn't wear any. So now what? They added blue and it was a big deal to the
Well, they all,
cleats?
most of them wore white cleats last
Yeah.
year.
Wow.
And it
Yeah.
actually
They
when
look
would-
sharp.
when
Yeah.
they'd wear the powder blues, it
Yeah.
would pop.
Yeah. And they so the year before that too, they were also wearing the first year they introduced the all powder blue uniforms 2 years ago, they would wear them with camo hats. And I was like, what are you guys doing? Why are you doing that? You're ruining it. And they started wearing them with blue hats or black hats. which
I
was great.
think we need to revisit the powder blue uniforms and what hats you wear. I don't like the Royals hats when they wear their powder blue.
No, they're the weird 3-panel.
Yes.
Yeah, they need to just wear their regular hats. I agree.
I think we just need to get done with the powder blue, unless your team is originated with the color. So the Royals,
Creighton's okay.
Creighton is good.
Okay.
I think in
Royals-
basketball they need to wear their powder blues more.
Royals are great.
It's like a twice a year thing.
Powder
now.
blue more, gray less.
I thought that they were, maybe they still will. I thought that they were going to introduce a like a Navy jersey at some point. They did
Yeah.
they did the throwback last year, and I think they're going to keep those in rotation.
They need to steal the volleyballs.
Yeah,
I forget what they call them. The black
the
uniform.
black, yeah, the night mode or dark
Yeah.
mode or whatever.
I love a
mode.
good Navy alternate jersey.
Yeah.
I think it just like the Edmonton Oilers did that, where they had the oil drop, like alternate navy blue. Oh, it was so good.
Now, do we think because of what's going on in Lincoln that men's basketball will have a all black jersey? They will, because they They
I
were
hope-
the first team.
I hope so.
Danny Nee, they go to Iowa State to play at Hilton Coliseum, and Nebraska comes out wearing all black, and people are like, "What?"
I
think
hope
that-
so. They've tried that over the years and they've been so ugly.
Yeah.
The one with the N on it, just in the
Yes.
middle. Those are horrible.
I think if you
Is
do
that an Adidas thing?
Has to be.
if you do a black jersey, I think you like the big blocky N. You need to eliminate that from any sort
Just
of
make
logo.
it like Nebraska football did. Just turn all the stuff that used to be red or white on the uniform and make it black.
Or
And
just-
there's your uniform.
Here's an easy.
It's
just-
done.
You do a black uniform and you just put just a nice little simple Huskers with the
Sure.
red piping.
Yeah.
You get some white letter, red piping, Huskers. You got the number right here, red piping on the number. You're done. You're done. You're
you don't
good
have to do
go.
too much.
No, you're fine.
You don't have to do too much.
Isn't the novelty with wearing black jerseys just the fact that the jerseys are black, right? Like that's like the cool part. The color is the cool part. You don't have to do anything else on the design, in my opinion.
I agree. I agree completely.
Just play. Now, the Chicago Bulls are going to have next year. They're bringing back their classic alternate black jerseys with the red with red pinstripes.
Yeah, those are good.
Because they did it with the City Connect jerseys, and it was a bunch of what do they call them? The City
I think they're
edition?
just city.
The
Yeah.
City editions.
Yeah.
Like they were kind of half-assing it. They were like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. They were like, no, we're gonna fully go 2016 Cavaliers. We're wearing this black jersey like 20 to 25 games.
I think black is back in Lincoln.
I think so.
I think Troy Dannon said, "I like black."
and I like red.
Well, the sidelines are black. Luckily, it's not going to be 100 degrees on Saturday tomorrow, so
What?
people
But-
won't die.
But by the way, are you guys ready? If you haven't been in the stadium for the end zones, they
Yeah.
pop.
It looks sharp in there.
I
I
it's very
oftentimes
good.
think about how that stadium is just, it just pops a lot more than it used to.
Why
It used to be a dark and sad place.
I mean, the concourse still is a little
No, but the
questionable.
field
The field is cool. I'm cool.
the field is cool now. It used to be dark and sad.
Why did they do the black sidelines? Why was that an idea?
Mental.
It's just an extra pop,
But it's hot.
but not
Yeah, but
tomorrow.
Well, yeah, but you're going to get a Buffalo
Like
game
for
from
people that
2021.
sit up, if you go into the stadium when it's relatively empty and you sit up, the black adds to it. It does pop
It does.
because the red stands
See,
out big time.
Are they going to have that when they do grass?
I don't think they're doing
Which-
grass. but,
Well, whenever they do
Yeah.
grass, whenever the stadium is done, which maybe never.
like the still keep the black.
Seriously.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
It wouldn't be as hot
yeah,
on grass.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Um,
But I think the red end zones are here to stay.
we don't have to get into a full debate about it, but the only thing I do question is when the players are on the field, you're not going to see like the black sideline. It's going to get covered up a little, right? Because
Well,
there's all the players there.
Is Nebraska's black sideline the equivalent of Iowa's pink visiting locker room? It's all about mental.
Oh, there you go.
Because
Good
you're not.
point.
You walk out to the field and you're like,
Yeah.
How'd you do that sound effect?
what do we do?
Do you have an SFX guy?
What do we do?
That
The
was incredible.
sideline is we have to go into this
Whoa.
black hole.
Connor Happer.
What?
You are steezy. Look at that. Look
Yeah.
at his shoes.
I got my J's out.
Look at the drip,
TV
dude.
guy tonight.
Yeah, I got
Dude.
got my J's out.
That is drippy.
Ready to go. J's for
Whoa.
the J's.
Do you clean those? Are those new and do you
They're
clean
brand
them? Man, they're hot.
Just some good old fashioned ones.
When did a curmudgeon like you get so tasteful?
What?
My God.
Hey, I have style, Matt.
Wow.
I have style.
Look at you.
Did you
got the
throw away
rope.
those shoes you had with us last week in
Man.
Kansas City?
No, they're still in
Are
the
those your
rotation.
Moen shoes?
No, they're still in the rotation, but they have grown to be a little bit.
got-
They've got some. I've worn them a lot.
You got the classic casual pants with the nice little socks tucked in with the joggers. With
It's
the
about time
J's.
someone
You
noticed.
met
TV
by the
guy.
row back. You got is that a new shave on the hair too?
You bet.
Look at you.
I'm gonna go on television.
Look at you go.
Okay. You gotta go on television. You gotta look. Okay, nobody's
You
gonna
look
see my shoes
kinda-
tonight,
Connor Happer.
but I'll at least look like a TV guy.
You look hot, man.
Thank you.
You look hot.
I was waiting for that.
I don't know if you walked in today hoping being like, I hope people notice or I hope people say something. Like maybe you're walking around the office and being like, anything different about me? You didn't
I
have to do
wasn't.
that- you didn't have to do that with me.
I wasn't. I played it cool, Matt.
Have to be someone here for him to get compliments in the hallway.
Sorry,
Josh is just in a perpetual triggered state these days.
I set Josh
But Josh,
up
we
for
got
that.
a new television.
We do.
And we got a
That's
new
nice.
microphone.
Where's the remote?
I have all four of them.
Give them to me. Give them.
Thank you. I don't want them.
Okay. Here. Thank you, Josh. Whoa.
Can we get the overreaction panel up?
Let's change the channel.
Oh,
Look at that.
It's First Take, followed up by 911, followed up by Paw Patrol.
Yeah.
Can we
this
put
is good.
Can we put ridiculousness on?
Oh, we go bar rescue.
get out of my
John
bar.
Taffa. John Taffa. The beer.
Get out of my bar!
The beer. This is goop. How do you have goop in the fridge?
The father of Sunday Ticket.
Shut it down.
I love
Shut
this.
the father of Sunday. Yes, he is.
I love John Taffer. He's great.
Oh my God. All right, we're gonna put him under the wire. I want you to go in there. I want you to order everything off the menu. Order everything and order 10 pizzas.
You just slam that kitchen.
Okay, we gotta
Has he done, how many bars has he done in this area?
I think 2.
One in Bellevue.
He did one. Yeah, and he did one. It was like a hookah bar downtown. I'm pretty sure it's since closed.
The Council Bluffs one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about he did the Hawaiian bar at the Old Market.
No.
That's a sick bar.
The Hawaiian bar?
There's a Hawaiian tiki bar.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. He did not do that.
Yeah. Where they got
that bar did not.
They
need
got
that.
this like $250 drink where it comes in a chest.
That's the
and it's-
place that
and-
has like $18 drinks.
Yes, you pay for the show.
I went
not
there
for the
one night.
go.
What's that place called?
Malakaliki Maka or
No,
something
it's
like
not a
that.
Hawaiian name. I don't think.
No, I think it's very
Barrels.
It's a Hawaiian bar.
Oh, Lacalono
Lacalono.
Rum Club.
Yes.
The Rum Club.
I went in there and I
That's
ordered.
not the place that I was thinking about.
I went in there and I ordered a Miller Lite. They were like, "What is wrong with you?"
Well, I don't want to pay $18.
I know.
Now, rum appears to be
I went to the.
impacted in terms of price lately. I went to Total Wine and More.
I went to Berry
Pretty
and
high.
Rye.
Say it again. Sorry.
Oh,
Berry and Rye.
Good call.
Yeah.
Where's that at?
11th and Howard.
Okay, I haven't been on Howard.
11th and check out Howard.
I got it.
Well, question: have you been on Howard?
Have you been on Howard Street?
I got a new spot
Okay.
in Midtown
All right.
because not a lot of people go to Midtown, and so it's kind of
Oh well, just wait till the
Wait till streetcar.
comes
Yeah.
Oh,
up.
you got to wait till 28 now.
no one's ever there.
heard.
So it's a nice little chill. All right. It's called Proof. It's a little whiskey bar
Proof.
Yes.
Yes. by Ray's Wings over
I
there.
gave up on Midtown when Lead Belly left.
Didn't Ray's Wings become the Buffalo Bills bar?
It is the Buffalo Bills.
It is.
bar. It is a complete Buffalo. It's everything in there is, but they're a Buffalo Sabres bar too.
Nice. Shout out to Buffalo.
You know what,
great
Josh?
wings there.
Nobody has
Yeah,
moved
Ray's
into
is
where
good.
Lead Belly
Yeah.
was. It's empty, and that's a prime location on the corner.
Right in the corner.
Prime real estate.
God, Lead Belly's so good.
Yeah. What happened? Why
Rent.
did Lead Belly? Yeah.
Yeah. I used to go there all the time, and they like the last 2 weeks. One of this waiter, he goes, "Hey, just want to let you know they're closing."
It's over.
And I thought, hey, they're moving like out west. He's like,
No,
like, nope.
we're out.
He goes, we're done. He goes, they've raised the rent. Our owner is like,
Back to Lincoln.
screw you.
God.
Boom. Yeah. And so there's only one in Lincoln. I can't believe that did not find another spot in Omaha.
Yeah,
It's
but-
everything
but
else that's opening up.
Pickleman's and Lead Belly are pretty. Or wait, sorry, Lead Belly or Pot Belly?
Lead Belly.
Lead Belly, my bad.
Pot Belly and Pinkelman's are close.
Close. I got that wrong. I went to Lead Belly in Lincoln the other day, and it was okay.
Yeah.
Did you get some poutine?
No, I did like this. Tacos, but it's burgers.
Tacos, but it's burgers.
Yeah,
Is that the name of the place?
that'd be a good little fusion concept.
Tacos, but it's
but
burgers.
no, it was a burger taco. Like it was
Was it a burger taco or a taco burger?
it was a wait.
I think it
sorry.
was a taco burger.
No, it was a burger. Wait.
Quesadilla burger from Applebee's.
No,
What was the form of it?
it
Was it
was
a
a-
taco or a burger?
It was a taco with burger stuff in it.
Oh, that's just a taco.
That's just a taco.
But it had burger,
ground
but it had ground beef, pickles, special sauce, tomatoes, and lettuce.
Oh,
and it was
okay.
smashed, and it was kind of smashed.
really. I figured for a burger place they'd do a taco burger.
No. This was a burger taco.
You
is
sure
what it
it
was.
wasn't a taco burger?
No. A taco. No. See, a taco burger would mean that you had two buns and you had like flour tortillas and meat and whatnot. This was the opposite. You
This
had a
was
flour
a
tortilla.
burger and
There was a taco
imitating
that
a
was
taco.
there was a taco that had burger stuff in it.
Mm.
Taco burger.
Awesome.
It was okay. I could have gotten there was way better stuff on the menu that I could have ordered.
Well, you
and probably
went for
less
it.
confusing.
A little bit, but they got great drinks over there. I had this little butterscotch malt.
What?
With vodka in it? They
You
put
had,
a
a,
little,
you had a a burger taco
Yeah,
with
yeah.
a butterscotch
no.
malt.
A burger taco with a spiked butterscotch malt.
Did they tell you that's what they usually pair it with?
No, I was just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. I
Clearly.
was like, hey, this taco burger looks pretty good. And then I was like, I want that vanilla vodka butterscotch malt. And then they had whipped
I
cream
respect
in
that.
it. So I would take a bite of my taco burger and then I would have some whipped cream with it.
There's a lot going on there.
There's a lot going on at Lead Belly.
There is.
Potbelly though, you get the mishmash at Potbelly. Mishmash.
No, it's called you're talking about the specific sandwich.
Yeah,
the wreck.
No, I think there's a mishmash too, or is that at Pickleman's? Do
I
they
think
have the
Pickleman
mishmash?
has the equivalent to that at Pickleman's is called the it's like splash
I
plash.
just
or
like
something.
I just like the Potbelly sandwich where they put all the meats on. it.
That's what it is.
Like,
It's
they
called
put
the wreck.
Yeah, there's just the turkey and the provolone and the
Mhm.
ham and the all that
Mhm.
and the chicken.
They
It
throw
doesn't
the-
make any sense.
You know
just
what? I
meat.
would if I had enough room, I would get one of those toasters that had the conveyor belt on it.
Oh,
That'd be pretty
You'd
cool.
open up your own
if
Quiznos.
I
if I
would.
walked into somebody's house and they go, "Look
Check
at
this out,"
and they had a whole bar long.
I think
like,
I'd
where
make
you
it like the
toast bread.
centerpiece of my basement.
That would. Do you know how cool that would be?
I just bring my sandwiches downstairs and roll them through the conveyor belt.
I wouldn't even like eat the bread though. I would just put it in just to see it go.
I would
And
like
then-
an industrial sized toaster, please.
Remember that was like when it first became a thing. It was the fascination. You go to like Quiznos and you just stare.
Yeah.
And you'd watch it come.
It comes out on the other side.
Whoa, It's moving.
Yeah.
The wreck is at Potbelly.
Thank you.
Pickleman's has the hodgepodge.
hodgepodge.
That's it.
Yeah, I like a hodgepodge.
Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah. I like going to Jersey Mike's and I go, hey, I'll get an 8 and let Mike do what he wants with it.
Go ahead, mess me up,
Yeah,
Mike.
yeah. hey, give me a 12 and tell Mike the gloves are off.
Good for you.
Yeah, that's what I tell him. Give me that onion, tomato, salt, pepper, vinegar, oil, pickle, baby.
Your new adopted NFL team. Did you stick with them through the lightning delay?
The Cowboys?
Wait, I like the who now?
I was doing
Who
the
dey?
game. I was doing my game, and I was Twitter, and I thought you had adopted the Cowboys.
Well, I was pretty excitable after Jalen Carter spit on Dak Prescott. Yeah, I was like, let's go. We're so back. I really hope that the Eagles die a fiery death right now, but it was not to be.
Hey,
And we had learned later that Dak spit too.
dude,
we had
I-
two spitters.
I told Gary, I was like, I
A
can't believe
second spitter.
like
has
how
hit.
nice of a dude is Dak Prescott that he got spit on. He goes, well, actually, you
But
know,
did he spit on him or just spit? That's the
It
I
was
think
question.
very-
it's just a.
is that the
a-
question?
Yeah.
That
I
is
think he
the
was a
question.
random spitter.
Was he spitting at Jalen Carter or was he just spitting?
I think he was just rapping. He just spitting.
Just spitting.
That's what that rivalry.
You're giving
needed,
him the
though.
benefit of the doubt.
I am. It's Dak Prescott. He likes Campbell's soup. How can
Walter
I not?
Payton, Man of the Year
Yeah,
type of guy.
it's a great man. It's the type of
He
guy that
wouldn't
you let.
spit.
He's the type of guy you'd let take your daughter. To
He went to
prom.
Mississippi State. Jalen Carter, where'd he go? Georgia. Thank
Georgia.
you very much. Undisciplined spitter.
an undisciplined spitter.
Yeah,
Remember,
really. If he was going for his face, he missed.
Out of context, 16-20.
There, like when COVID first became a thing, there were two things I remember. They were like, do not that money, that loose change that's on the ground that you might
Oh,
pick up.
don't touch
Don't
it.
do that, and then also don't spit.
Don't spit.
We've been fear mongering money for 20 years now about how dirty it is. Okay, I don't care. It's cash.
Yeah, but people.
I mean, money
because
is
they
really
don't-
dirty.
because people don't have money. Money is on their card, or they don't use change. There are more like pennies and quarters and dimes that you see on the ground.
They're just sitting there.
Yeah,
I always keep cash on me. I always keep cash.
That's a
I might
good
be.
move.
I might be the youngest man in America who always makes sure I got straight.
You
cash
might
on
be.
me.
You might be.
No, cash is king.
Cash is probably not king, but I like having cash too.
I love having cash.
Yeah.
You know,
I like Bitcoin.
You never know when you're going to
the
throw
most
a
you-
couple bucks for a tip at somebody.
no. The most vital area to use cash. Okay, is
Tipping.
when you are out and
You throw the guy a $5.
You're at you went to a game, you went to a basketball game, you went to a hockey game, and you're going to Uber home. And they had that Uber tent, right? And the Uber tent gets really crowded. You can't get an Uber, but they got all those guys out there who are taxi drivers. Okay. That's when cash comes in. clutch. You just go to a taxi driver. You go, take me home, and then you pay him in cash. That's why I carry cash, because you never know when you're at a game and you take a taxi home.
That is very specific. There's other uses for cash.
No,
but-
just that one. that and going and gambling. Because I don't like taking it out of the ATM and I got to pay the fee or everything like that. So I just keep winning.
Oh no, those fees aren't very high at casinos.
They're very high.
They're like $8.50 at
They're
least.
$7.99.
I think at Vegas once I tried to do it. This is you better have some dough on you when you go to Vegas. You take it out of your own personal ATM in your neighborhood, because if you need to get extra cash while you're in Vegas, it's gonna run you another drink.
I got
$12.50.
I got a quick question for everybody, because I'm now an adult and I'm now pulling cash out of the ATM at a higher rate than I've ever had before. Wow. Why the hell do I have to pay to take out my own money? Can somebody explain that to me?
Whoa.
Why do
You
I?
don't
own
if you go
bank?
to your own home.
Go to your own bank.
ATM.
I
Yeah.
know, but I Bank of America isn't always the best. I'm not always going to a Bank of
There's
America.
also some banks that you could get it out free at other banks. They work
Yeah.
with other banks.
See, I'm just saying in general, there are moments though where I'm like, ooh, I'm out of cash. I need to get more cash. And I can't go to a Bank of America at that point in time.
Why
you
don't you
could
go
just-
and buy something, and when they say, "Would you like cash back?" Yeah, I'll take $100.
See, I
That's-
do cash.
That always seems like a scam to me. It always feels
Right.
wrong.
Why does cash back feel wrong?
I
Quick
get
question.
groceries and they pay me $20?
Well, no, that's not how it's working. You're just, you're exchanging. You're just
I
exchanging.
buy a pack of Skittles and I get $50 back.
That just seems
I'm
wrong.
taking $50 from the gas
God,
station.
I love it.
They don't know my
My
account.
favorite thing to do is when you pay somebody and then you go, hey, can I get 5 back? Like you tell them, like, hey, I'll take 2 back. Like, just give me 3 back.
Oh, like you keep the change
Keep the change
basically,
tape,
except for 5.
Except for 5. You got $8.50 and change. I'll take a 5. I love that. I feel so powerful when I do that. Like you're at the bar, pay out on 20.
Yeah, just give me 5.
She's going through the cash. No, just give me 3 back.
Why don't you just give them the extra 3? It's 3.
No, that's a whole other drink here in the state.
It is. That's true.
I went to a bar after being in Chicago for a year and then going to a bar here. I ordered 3 Miller Lights and the guy goes, "That'll be $12.50." And I go, "No, I got 3." He goes, "Yeah, $12.50."
Mhm.
I was stunned. I was so happy to be back in the state.
Omaha, somewhere middle America.
They
It's where Miller Lights are $4.
Yes,
It's great.
$4.17.
It's awesome.
Hey, your deal tomorrow, Bud Lights are $5.
Yes, they are selling beer at the thing
Hey,
that
if
I'm
you-
doing.
If
whatever
they
that
have
is.
the commemorative cans, can you grab one?
Sure. Yeah, I'll take some souvenirs home with me. I believe EJ Barthel is stopping by. I'm going to grill him on the running backs.
Ooh.
Why is he stopping
What?
by?
He's coming over. He's
What-
coming to hang out.
What's he going to say? Doesn't he have a game?
Oh, we're going to say, why did you play Mekhi Nelson more?
Why doesn't he have a game to prepare for?
Yeah, but he's got some time.
Doesn't he have a Trey Taylor to talk to?
Yeah, but he could always make
He's
time for the
stopping
fans.
by the tailgate.
It's not. It's kind of a tailgate, I guess. But yeah, he's come by.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
gonna-
That's the Maddie and Tay tailgate or whatever.
correct. The Cornhusker
So-
kickoff.
Cut away, Josh.
So we're trying to figure out the running back position, but yet the running back coach is going to go to a tailgate party before the game.
It might help if we just talk it out. An hour and a half before the game starts, or I think it's 2 hours. I think he's coming out 4:30.
Okay, I could.
So they're getting off the bus, they're doing the
he's
walk,
immediately
and he's
coming.
beelining to me.
You're gonna be like Freud. You're gonna sit him down on the couch. He's gonna have his feet up.
Yeah.
So tell me, EJ,
No, I'm gonna grill him.
Why
I'm
can't-
gonna really get him.
why can't you run for more than 3 yards inside the tackles? Why do you think that's a problem?
Yeah, exactly. That's
Why
what
is
it
your yards per attempt 3.3, but your O-line push metric is way higher? EJ.
O-line push metric.
Yes, their O-line push metric last week was very high. They got a good push.
Yep, we got a lot of
They-
stuff. A
they
lot
were-
of stuff cooked up
they
right
were
before
pushing.
How much did that subscription cost you?
he's right before Maddie and Tay.
Too much.
Yeah, why are you buying PFF?
What do you mean? Why we did our whole show was
Hey,
PFF on Friday.
I just did the
He-
stat
he,
counts.
He woke up on Friday morning and it was Christmas.
It was
The grades were in.
Yeah,
oh, it was so good. You
I
get to see where they had most success running the ball in between the tackles or in between the guards. It was beautiful.
that's a lot.
Oh, you got to see the yards of separation between the wide receivers and the corners.
So, is there somebody watching the game and then rewatching and watching again that does all of that, or do they have
I-
a program that
don't know.
does it on its own.
Maybe they
I
just
have-
assign a guy to the game.
I have no idea. It just spits out the numbers, and I say, "Come to Papa."
Isn't it Chris Collinsworth?
Now here's a guy.
It's Florio.
Oh, that's the Florio one. Okay.
No, that's Pro
No, I think
Football
Pro
Talk.
Football
Yeah,
Talk.
Pro Football
Collinsworth
Talk.
does. he's involved
PFT,
with
PFF.
Yeah.
Well, there's Pro
Who
Football.
gives a bleep?
There's PFT Commenter, and then there's Pro Football Talk.
Yep.
And then there's PMT,
Part of
and
my
then there's
take.
PAT,
Point after
and then there's
touchdown.
PUP.
Physically unable to perform.
Yeah, and then there's PLOP.
Plop.
Yep, that's just a word.
There's Toot Bland.
Yep.
That was a trick.
There's POOP.
There is that.
Yeah, that's.
Smelled like it in here yesterday.
Yeah, you guys were. I don't know. I was a little worried that I might have been the stench because
No,
I
no,
walked
no.
through
It
the,
wasn't a human.
No, I walked through the hallway. wait. Listen, I walked through the hallway
Was
and I
not a
didn't
human.
smell what you were smelling. And typically that means that you're used to the smell. So I was worried that I might have been the stench because I was used to the smell.
I think we're blaming the yoga people. That's where we came out on that. We're blaming the yoga people.
That's where the committee came out with.
Yeah, yeah.
We're blaming the yogas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know what they're
They're
doing
always,
down there.
man, they're always, gallivanting through here.
Yeah, they are. I had no idea what they're ever doing down
Bunch
there.
of, is it a hot yoga or is it a
I don't know, man. They do a bunch of different stuff down there. Sometimes the doors
striking
open.
a pose?
Sometimes all of our parking spots
Connor
are gone.
Happ striking a pose, man.
Hey, you guys, we need to investigate. Guy Eric sent me an email. Now Chase has just tweeted at me about the pet wallaby that was killed in Kennesaw.
It's on the sheet today.
Okay.
I have inside sources on this. I have eyes and ears in central Nebraska.
Did you-
a broadcast
Yes.
Did you
call
the Kennesaw QT?
No.
Okay.
You have relatives?
I got people out there. We're gonna get some information on this. We're gonna get to the bottom of it on this show. How was a pet wallaby hit on Highway 6 outside of Kennesaw?
Well,
Find out later.
Are you going to talk to the enclosure person?
I have become aware of some
Yeah.
extra details.
So does Nebraska have their own Tiger King?
So I don't want to give it
Okay.
away, but
You don't have to.
my grandparents for many years have lived right off of Highway 6, right in that area, and they have become aware of a person who apparently houses many exotic animals.
What?
And one of them apparently was a wallaby that was killed, ran over on Highway 6.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
I got eyes, but I just gave away my source, so
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
Who cares?
it's my grandpa.
That's incredible.
But you can't do anything.
Is your grandpa coming on the show?
No, you can't. No, he's not. You can't do anything in central Nebraska without somebody knowing it, without my grandparents, without my grandpa knowing about it.
That's awesome.
Because he goes for coffee in the morning and they talk about it, or is he just gets in
everybody,
the truck and drives around?
everybody, my grandmother has passed, but when she couldn't go anywhere because she gave piano lessons to everybody in town, and she played the organ at church. And so everybody knew my grandma. And so you got to get anything done, you go through my family, my mom's parents.
Nice.
Yep. That's right.
All right.
You have a wallaby, somebody's going to know about it.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Yes.
I will stop. I want to see this thing.
Yeah. Come on by the Cornhusker kickoff.
I might be there.
Really? Come on in.
I think I'm sleeping over in Lincoln tonight. So
All right. It's the Cornhusker kickoff sponsored by
Getting
Bud Light.
Mountain Dew and Bugles and gonna play some Goldeneye. What got a sleepover tonight?
I might go out in Lincoln. So
Who you staying
You're
with?
gonna crash in Lincoln.
yeah.
Okay.
Who you staying with?
What do you mean? What? I'm sleeping over in Lincoln.
It just crashing sounds more adult.
He's 20 something.
I didn't know I had to think about my words so much until I did radio.
Give him a break, Josh. He's,
Oh, sure.
Josh.
One time I do it, everyone's
Josh.
like, "Oh, how could you jerk?"
Josh, he said on air this morning, I'm a 9 and 8 talk show host.
That's good. That's
He
a winning
embra-
record.
Thank you, Josh. He
Jeff
embraced,
Fisher.
he
That's a
embraced
playoff team.
mediocrity. And I'm like, I don't think that's what.
I got in my car this morning
Hey.
and you were yelling at some guy.
Brian Blade.
It's
And then
a
you were like, I'm rooting for you, Brian.
Isn't he the worst?
I liked it. I like.
Because his promo was better than Matt.
No, it
Matt
wasn't.
was
I
scared.
cut a better
Matt
promo.
was scared.
You don't know what you're talking about. I cut a
Yeah.
better promo than
Hey,
Brian.
Saney's 70th. They do a great job over there.
Looking for hospitals.
Look, I'm going out and I'm gonna put on a performance.
Are
of a
you
lifetime.
Are you fighting?
No, I'm a manager. I'm managing.
So how are you going to get entangled to the point
He's
where
just
you're
an advocate.
yes, I am just an advocate. Okay, my name is Matt McMaster.
Vince McMahon is too.
Nope, Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman.
I'm the wise man of the MWA, if you will.
Okay.
See, you don't know any of these references.
I do.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to accomplish a dream and be a wrestling manager tonight. And then I'm going to go out and have a great time. And then I'm going to crash at my friend's house, wake up in the morning, see the beautiful face of Connor Happer at the
and Maddie
at
and
the
Ted.
at the Maddie and tailgate sponsored by Bud Light featuring EJ Barthel.
Thank you. It's not a tailgate.
And then party. And then I'm going to go home and do Big Red Overreaction.
Awesome.
Can you not legally call it a tailgate?
Well, it's just called the Cornhusker Kickoff. I don't know
Okay.
what they want.
What do they want?
The branding is very specific.
I
get it.
go by what they tell me.
Butt liquor. Our prices have never been lower.
Exactly.
Have fun.
Enjoy the rest of your afternoons. We'll see you tomorrow. That's the crossover powered by Everlevel Concrete Repair in Omaha at everlevelconcrete.com. It's Friday. We'll start things off next.
That's the crossover. The Connor Happer Show is next on 1620 The Zone.
A bit of haze this morning will continue to move out throughout the afternoon. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies for your Friday, staying cool and breezy. High today in Omaha of 67 degrees with northwesterly gusts up to 25 miles an hour. For tonight, mostly clear, cool with light winds, a low of 46. I'm meteorologist Caitlin Harvey with KETV Newswatch 7.
Equitable Bank. We take banking personally. EquitableOnline.com.
It's the Connor Happer Show. Are we sure we want to do this?
Could you, make an announcement that we're ready?
It's the Connor Happer Show on 1620, The Zone.
Welcome in. Happy Friday! It's the Connor Happer Show here on 1620 The Zone and on 1620thezone.com. Connor Happer and Josh Oddson with you. Let's start with an email from John in the Equitable Bank Zone inbox.
Hi, John.
Josh sounds a little rough this morning. Is everything okay?
My
You have contracted the black lung.
my ears don't work. My voice doesn't work, but I'm ready to go.
Is this
I'm ready to go.
What are you blaming for this? Are you worn down? Is it
Yes.
allergies?
Yes.
Little combo.
All of the above.
Okay. Allergies hit you hard.
I believe the stress of football season and
You got a lot going on, Josh.
the changing of the weather has
Yeah.
really done me in.
Yeah, I've been sneezy, but I haven't hit the real allergy part yet, but it's coming. I'll show up with my eyes half open and they're going to be red at some point in the next couple of weeks. But it's getting there. Starting to feel like fall outside.
Looking forward to it.
You open those windows, Josh? You might want to keep them closed with your allergy situation.
Exactly.
See, that's tough. That's tough. Travis says, good thing the Reavers have a bye week for you, Josh.
One less thing to do.
Nice. But it's still a busy weekend for Josh Oddson. What's going on? Are you going to?
I'm going to board up a Chiefs game tonight.
All right, go Chiefs.
Because the board ops get more vacation than me, but
nice.
Whatever.
Mitch Holtzis.
Yeah. So I'll be hanging with Mitch tonight.
Kansas City.
And then I don't really know what the weekend holds for me.
What's Saturday? Naps?
Probably a lot of sleeping. Yeah.
Good.
I'm going to watch North Carolina at Charlotte because North Carolina plays at Charlotte this weekend.
Cool. And then, Nebraska doesn't play till later tomorrow. So, maybe that's a good thing for you too.
Yeah.
And it's a light college football slate.
I can get back maybe by tomorrow night.
Maybe in your dreams, Josh.
That's right.
You might be able to do that. Today on the show, it's Friday. Brian Munson will join coming up in about 20 minutes. Brian Christopherson, 11:30. And Steve Sipple at 1. That is the lineup powered by the Rooferees at John Higgins Weather Guard. We want to hear from you all. 402-951-1620 on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline, where, yes, we are still giving away each week $100 gift cards to Sky Bar and Grill at Prairie Flower Casino, and you can enter to win now at 1620thezone.com. You can tweet in at Happer Show at Connor Happer on the JTech Construction Zone Twitter feed, email Connor and Josh Show at 1620thezone.com on the Equitable Bank Zone inbox. And we say good morning to the YouTube streamers today. How we doing? I didn't notice any compliments from the YouTube streamers that said I was hot today. Thank you, Matt.
Interesting. Some people are choosing to call Connor hot today.
Some people are choosing to call Connor hot today. You don't have to. I'm not making you. It's just an observation that Matt had. Nobody made him do that. That's for sure. Definitely nobody made him do that. All right. So that is that's the lineup. Elsewhere, of course, our history lesson will come today at noon. Nebraska and Akron. Just one previous matchup and then a kickoff. One matchup plus a kickoff. We'll share some things that we remember about August 30th, 1997 and September 1st, 2018 for just a brief moment. And then would end up actually being kind of a long night at Memorial Stadium. Our keys to the game, our picks for the weekend. Josh, I went 4-2 in week 1. You went 2-4. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. You were kind of fading me in week 1. You were just like, yeah, I think I'll go opposite. Sounds fun. Didn't end up good for you. I'm out to a 2-game lead, but it's early.
Insurmountable.
It is indeed
Pack
early.
it in.
I'm good for an 0-5 or 0-6 week. At least once a year. Last night in the NFL, we'll talk about this in a minute. The most ridiculous start to a football season that I could possibly imagine happened last night. It was awesome. It was fantastic. Just sitting back on my couch enjoying the NFL as normal people do. I have no stress whatsoever.
Did you get there in time?
Yes, I was
Okay.
there. I was there at the start.
Okay, because if you missed the opening kick, like
You missed a lot.
yeah,
You missed a lot. This week in college football, we get to kind of flash back to the olden times a little bit. We have some good old-fashioned rivalries. We got the Cy-Hawk, El Assico with Iowa and Iowa State. Obviously, that happens every year. But I want to take a minute to shout out our friends down I-29 yet again for the 121st time this weekend. It's the border war returning between Kansas and Missouri. I'm excited.
they want you to call it the border showdown.
I know.
We won't be doing that.
War is a bad word these days. They took out the word shootout, and now they're taking out the word war.
They took our shootout. They took our war.
Yeah, what's next, Josh? Battle?
Well, it was the Battle Sports.
Nope, you can't do
Kansas
that
City
anymore.
Classic.
It's just the sports.
I'm an employee of Battle Sports. I can say that.
That's true. That's true. We'll hear from Matt Rule on a variety of different issues, including Ja'Cory Barney's health going into this weekend, his take on alcohol at Memorial Stadium, and his take on golf.
golf.
Yes, golf. It is like a 2-minute. I have a 2-minute long video that we're going to play during the show. Matt Rule talking about golf. That's what we're talking about going.
Oh
into the
yeah, he
Akron
was
game.
in the simulator on House Rules this week.
Somebody asked him about it. People are watching House Rules.
Okay, we got,
I am not one of them.
can I submit questions to these people before the pressers to ask
Sure.
instead of this crap?
I'm sure. Well, what do you want to ask, Josh?
I don't know, something about like the players who are playing the games. Maybe something about Akron.
Nope. It's about golf.
Okay,
Golf podcasts.
that's on me. I thought it was about football.
Got to get to that Caitlin Clark thing today.
News dump of the century.
The Chiefs Chargers game tonight is happening, and it's on YouTube.
Can't wait for Mr. Beast to host this thing.
A Connor Happer Show investigative report. How did a walaby get hit on Highway 6 outside of Kennesaw? We will dive into that today.
We have the answers.
And what do you got, Carter Nelson? Those are all topics today. Also, my keys today. I almost made them all three McDonald's themed for some reason, but
Whoa.
that I decided not to.
Were you hungry when you made it?
I don't know. I just wanted to talk about McDonald's, I guess. But we'll get to that at 12:30 today because Sipple is going to join at 1. Andrew writes in on the Twitter.
Hi, Andrew.
Tweets at Connor Happer. Can we ask Trump to make college football rivalry names great again? If we make the president aware that they have taken away some of these words for us, he would try to take action instantaneously.
Excellent point. Yes.
But likely it wouldn't do anything. Or maybe it would.
Excuse me, Mr. President. The woke left has changed college football.
Yeah.
They've taken our showdowns, our battles, our shootouts.
And it goes, and then there's a guy who goes up to the podium and he shows him an AI generated video, which is a thing that happened in America just a couple days ago. Did you hear that you were dead this weekend, Mr. President? No. This is the first time I'm hearing about this. Yep. So maybe is the answer to that question, Andrew. We are very excited. We have a very, very busy weekend also on 1620 The Zone coming up this weekend, as Josh is well aware. There is a Storm Chasers game tonight on Coil at 6:45. High school football tonight on 1620 The Zone at 7 o'clock, featuring Millard South and Millard West.
Hey. Battle at the Buell.
John Schreiner will be on the call. And I don't know who he's doing the game with. It's not Matt. Because Matt is going to be...
He's got a sleepover.
Yeah, he has a slumber party. And the Mitch Holtis call of Chiefs and Chargers will be on 1180 The Zone, KZOT, at 6 o'clock. There will not be the national radio call of the Chiefs-Chargers game on any of our fine stations tonight, but we have many, many Chiefs fans in town, so you'll listen to Mitch Holtis at 6.
You're going to have to deal with Mitch Holtis.
You're going to have to deal with it whether you like it or not. Mitch in Brazil, what could go wrong?
That's what they said about Ryan Lochte.
He's walking down the street. You're going to have to deal with us.
What's that guy?
Take it easy.
What's that white guy talking about?
What is he talking about? The people in Brazil will get to know Mitch Holtis. tonight, and you will as well when you listen to the Chefs on 1180 The Zone. Busy weekend for me, Josh. We got Socktoberfest at Creighton tonight. The women bringing in Arkansas and the men bringing in Denver. Come out and join us. Get a brewski and enjoy some lovely weather tonight at Morrison Stadium. Tomorrow, it's
Maddie and Tay.
It's Maddie and Tay Husker Day at the Not K at Memorial Stadium. And then Sunday, I'm back in Lincoln for Nebraska soccer. I'm doing some PA for them on Sunday as they host a team.
It sounds exhausting.
It's just a weekend. There's no other way to do it than to just toss yourself right back in. I
do agree with that.
I've had my weekends. They are now gone. They are deleted. But I love doing the things that I do. It's great. It's awesome. And we're busy. So we're rolling. Thanks for being with us here on this Friday. We'll talk plenty of Husker football. Brian Mson will join us at the top of the hour. Back after this on 1620 The Zone.
After further review, the host is deemed to be out of bounds. The Connor Happer Show returns in minutes on 1620 The Zone.
Hello, I'm Doug Nodgard with Equitable Bank. If you've ever wanted to have your cake and eat it too, there's good news. You can have that every day at Equitable Bank. You get state-of-the-art mobile banking as well as online banking. And if you ever forget your password, don't worry. You can give us a call at 402-827-8100 and we'll answer it on the first ring to help. Equitable Bank, we take banking personally. Member FDIC.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
I think I know Josh's answer to this question, but did you make it through the NFL game last night?
I did.
Of course you did. It ended right in your time frame.
I started it way after everybody. I
And
said,
then-
why have I not gotten a push notification that this game is over? Because there was a delay.
Do you get push notifications for when NFL games end?
No, I just figured there would be one.
Oh, you got to get all those out of there. I hate push notifications.
I agree with you. It's a great take of yours.
Just take them all out. ESPN app, I shut that thing down years ago.
I need the big stuff though.
Yeah, no.
Like, hey, Barry Bonds got hit by a bus today.
No, you can't leave any room for that because then they start throwing.
Exactly.
You know, they're like breaking news. ESPN has released their new fantasy rankings.
Yes, that is what happened.
Also, what's up with Schefter only tweeting out stuff about who ESPN hires when they're attractive women? Have you noticed this?
Whoa.
Have you noticed this?
Do they hire anyone but attractive women?
Well, they hired another woman. They extended and Adam Schefter had a whole tweet about it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's it's almost like he's in it for the clicks, Josh. Which I guess, people are in it for the clicks.
What's the best way to get clicks?
That is one pretty easy, foolproof way to do it. No doubt. Opening kickoff last night. Eagles kick off. Dude runs down, tears his ACL. We're like, oh no. And they even had the close-up shot of the guy who got hurt, and he was like, you got to be kidding me, man.
Yeah.
I think he literally said, you got to be kidding me. This is BS. How did I just tear my ACL on the first play of the season? That was garbage. I was so sad for the guy. Not great. Your season's over. It was shorter than an Aaron Rodgers.
And he got hurt in like week 13 last year or something like that, they said.
Man, tough times for that guy.
Yeah.
But then the fun was just started because as they were carting him off the field and the offense of the Cowboys and the defense of the Eagles came out, there was some time to, jab back and forth between, the offense and the defenses. They were huddled up, and somehow Eagles defensive lineman Jalen Carter ended up pretty near the Cowboys huddle across the would-be line of scrimmage. And then all of a sudden, nothing had really happened, at least according to the television broadcast on NBC last night. And then all of a sudden the ref comes on and Tirico's like, oh, I guess we got a flag here. and the ref comes on and he goes, personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 98 on the defense. I'm like, number 98 on the defense. And he goes, number 98 has been ejected. Ah! What just happened? What?
Tirico, for the first time in his professional career, is not calm, and he just goes, whoa!
Yeah, he has rarely been surprised in his life. He is prepared for every possible situation, even though he spent a good amount of time after the rain delay calling Jalen Hurts Dak Prescott. But that's a different thing. That's just a nitpicky thing. He fixed it. Whoa! Excuse me? What happened? Roll back the tape, please. And it turns out that Jalen Carter indeed got in the face of one Dak Prescott and spat upon him, which is a variety of problematic from a variety of different ways. But also when you throw in that the NFL is cracking down on taunting again, they have made this one of their emphases.
You can't flex on a dude no more?
You can't do nothing, Josh. You can't do anything. CeeDee Lamb has even quit catching footballs
in protest.
But Jalen Carter spat on Dak Prescott, and then they had the close up of Jalen Carter. He was like, man, this is a BS. He said was walking off the field. And then at about halftime, or maybe it was after the delay still, they come back and they're like, hey, so we got a chance to review all the tape. Check this out. And they get Dak Prescott spitting in the general vicinity of one Jalen Carter, at which point he approached Dak with the spit. So there was a second spitter, as many people made the joke last night on Twitter. It's funny and applicable to the situation. Yes, the jokes were back talking about football last night. So what say you, Josh? Who's to blame?
Oh, who's to blame?
Whose problem is this? Who instigated it?
Who instigated
it? Was
okay.
Dak Prescott's spit?
These are different questions.
Was Dak Prescott's spit? Was it was it pointed enough to warrant a spit back?
If you're Jalen Carter,
a
you got
retributional spit.
You got to know that it's always the second guy.
Was the spit retribution or was it just spit?
Probably retribution, right?
Yeah. He took it to another level.
That thing was pretty thick.
Yeah, he took it to another level.
Yeah.
I think Dak, I don't know what Dak's deal is. I don't know if he spits all the time. I have to check the tape on that one. Does he spit a lot? I'm not sure. Maybe but he was in the huddle, kind of guarded by his offensive lineman, and spit forward. Like I thought it was a pointed spit.
From Dak?
I thought he meant to spit in his direction.
Yes.
He didn't mean to spit on him, and obviously his spit didn't make it to Jalen Carter. But I thought it was like an antagonistic spit from Dak Prescott.
I would agree with that.
Which then led to the even further antagonistic spit, about as antagonistic of a spit as you can get. The only way it could have been more antagonistic if it was in his face.
Yes. My favorite part was that Chris Collinsworth, consequences be damned, I'm still going to use all of my Jalen Carter prep, and I'm going to rattle it off as he's walking out of off the field.
Here's the thing I love about Collinsworth, and I'm reminded every year. We have this set of color guys right now on the networks in the NFL who just appear to love football so much that they cannot contain their excitement. Collinsworth is like, oh my God, this is so good. I love this. He just kept saying that over and over and over again. And yes, it was definitely a missed opportunity for Dallas last night. They had many, many chances to win that game. CeeDee Lamb had many chances to bring in a big catch or two late, and went through his hands. People are calling him the volume merchant at this point. Maybe you drafted CeeDee Lamb at like number 5 in your fantasy league this year, and
oddly specific
because of the volume. I didn't, by the way. I had the number 1 pick. Thank you. Because of the volume that he's going to get, and Dallas's defense is clearly not going to be very good, and the where the offensive touches go to. Although Javonte Williams is pretty good last night for Dallas, where the touch is going to go to, they all must go to CeeDee Lamb or the very unreliable George Pickens. But it was CD, after all, who ended up being less reliable than everyone.
Everyone.
Well, in that game.
Yeah.
Except for Jalen Carter.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty unreliable. He wasn't there. The best ability is availability, Josh.
Coach, you're yelling at me a lot. I just want to say I didn't spit on anybody and get ejected from the game. Like I'm good. I'm good, right?
What a weird opener last night. We talked about it before yesterday. I wasn't super excited for the game. I wasn't super excited about the matchup, but it delivered almost instantly. That's what the NFL does, I guess.
There were no punts until the weather delay, and then after the weather delay, I think both teams just said, it's a little late. I'm a little sleepy. Let's go. Let's run out the clock and go home.
Mike in Columbus, Ohio writes in.
I'm Mike.
Y'all don't know spit. You guys don't know ball. You don't know spit. It's possible, but it seemed like
poll question. Do we know spit?
Do we know spit? These guys know spit. Spit. Not going to trick me again into saying a bad word on the radio. All right. That was the opener. Let's see what the follow-up is tonight in Brazil.
No pressure, Chiefs, Chargers.
Chiefs and the Chargers. Brian Munson will join us on the other side. Recruiting weekend for Nebraska. It's a night game. Who wouldn't want to be in Lincoln for a night game, according to Matt Rule? Well, we'll find out who will want to be in Lincoln for a night game after this with Munson on 1620 The Zone.
Brian Munson.
Hey, long call. Comfy left zoom buster. 63 bang. Z Maui. Alert. Paradise Z Burger Y Wrap on one.
Husker Online on the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
And we're joined now on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline by Brian Mson from HuskerOnline.com. Munson, hello. Happy Friday. How are you?
Good, sir. I am fine. This is really where everything kind of takes flight this weekend, doesn't it? Everything's in motion.
Yeah. We got football last night. We got football tonight. We got football tomorrow. Football Sunday. I'm sure you're excited about a certain game on Sunday night. Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea. I mean, honestly, I'm more scared than I am excited. I mean, the cornerback situation for the Bills against Lamar, and even though Lamar's kind of dinged up, it's not good. It's not good at all. And unfortunately, I don't want to have an excuse or, come talking to you next Friday about why the Bills lost the season opener, in the last season opener to ever happen in Buffalo and Orchard Park.
Wow.
That would really, really, really bum me out. It would really bum me out if that happens. But
Do you like it that
Do
you like it that everybody looks at Josh Allen and they say, "Oh, I like Josh Allen. I hope that he wins one day," knowing that it's a tough path to get there.
Oh my gosh, man! I like the fact that they have become a little bit of the media darling. I think Josh is. I think he's the kind of guy that if you're having a poker night at the house or whatever, or you're gonna have guys over to watch a game, I think he'd be a blast. I think he would be one of the guys that you would want to go hang out with and make sure he was on the list and make sure he was going to show up.
Go Josh Allen.
That being said, I'm to that point right now. It's like it's kind of put up or shut up. I lived the 90s. I lived 4 in a row. I lived all of that stuff. So. I really want to see this thing happen. I've sworn to a tattoo. If this thing goes down,
whoa,
it'll be the first one ever on this, not necessarily pristine body, but body, just a body, right? Let's just say that it'll be the first one on me, and that would be enough for me, I think, to go ahead and get one.
Well, have you considered what that might? Do you have designs? Do you need designs? What's going on?
I think I've had some I've had some suggestions from friends, and they've not put their best foot forward. Let's just put it that way. I think I would be open to designs, but let's maybe get into a little bit deeper in the season and see how serious of a situation this might be. But yes, I'd be interested in any creative thoughts out there from the audience on how to kind of commemorate this on whatever,
okay.
When it comes to that.
If it happens, yeah, you're
that's right.
You're not going to care about anything because the Bills will have won the Super Bowl.
We could even vote about it on Twitter. I mean, heck, let's just go ahead and just blow it out. We can just do it there.
Interesting. We're going to bookmark that one for a couple months. See what happens. I don't know if you'll like that you just did that, but we'll see.
Right.
But like I said, if they win the Super Bowl, then they win the Super Bowl, and that's what really matters. All right.
Hey, that's all. That's all, one before I die, dude. That's all I ask.
Exactly. Get one. All right. So you had a big update this morning as far as the visitor weekend. It's pretty routinely a big visit weekend, although the visit weekends have sort of, calmed down a little bit with the recruiting calendar the way it is. But it's the home opener. It's a night game. It's a pretty good weekend to be able to get some people in. What does Nebraska have at the top of the board this week that will end up in town?
Yeah, no, I think that it's definitely, it's not going to be the same weekends that you and I ever talked about before, and you mentioned it. There's no more cattle car kind of weekends going to be happening where you and I are saying there's 75 visitors going to be in Lincoln this weekend when 4 of them were commitments and maybe 12 of them were walk-on kind of prospects. When you and I start talking about recruits going forward, we are into top targets in each of the classes. And for this weekend, we actually have recruits from 5 different years, which is pretty wild if you kind of think about it that way. So you start out kind of with a couple of the 2026 commitments and Jace Reynolds and Dayton Raiola, which it's always good to kind of see those guys come back. I think people lose an appreciation for how long some of these guys are committed. And, these guys are pretty well known around Lincoln. So, and they can be helpful when it comes to kind of driving recruiting conversation, into the other classes, right? But there's no uncommitted 2026s. So keep that in mind. But you get into the 2027 group and you have the only two commitments in that class coming back to Lincoln, which is Torrey Pittman and Trey Taylor. And those are definitely two guys that are very interested in helping build the class that they are currently in. They have an excellent opportunity this weekend with 6 other guys that'll be there with them, starting with Albert Simeon. Simeon makes his 3rd visit to Nebraska this weekend, and he is a big-time interior offensive lineman from Lake Charles, Louisiana. He's currently if the 5 stars were to drop tomorrow, Torrey Pittman would have one, and Albert Simeon would be maybe 2 or 3 spots outside of it right now.
Wow.
So, there's legitimately a really good feeling that there could be the possibility of multiple 5-star recruits in the 2027 class for Nebraska. Because if you throw in Ahmad Hudson, another Louisiana guy who's been in Nebraska a couple times already, who's Nebraska's top tight end and probably their top wide receiver target, to be honest with you, kind of a hybrid Y guy. As much as they've been kind of pressing him and Albert, things got to look pretty good there. But there's another guy that's even higher rated than Albert is, Matthew Gregory, who is a wide receiver from Pottstown, Pennsylvania. He's in town. A couple of really good-looking edge prospects will be there. KJ Green, Griff Galloway, they will be in the house. Another wide receiver, a Pitt commitment, Jacob Thomas. The thing to remember about Jacob Thomas and Matthew Gregory are this. They are both 10-4 or faster 100-meter wide receivers. So there's some serious speed that's going to be in the stands on Saturday. Matt Erickson will be back, which I think is an interesting person to talk about because of Torrey Pittman already being in the class. Matt, one of 2 guys that are currently still in-state recruited, not committed in Nebraska, have offers from the Huskers. So that's kind of an interesting thing. Then you get to Quelly Fielder, 2028 offensive tackle from Carrollton, Georgia. Big-time recruit, has already been in Lincoln before for the huddle orientation. I think that's something else that the listeners need to start kind of picking up on. How many times these 2027s and 2028s and even 2029s have been to Lincoln already based on previous things, whether it's summer camp or the Battle of the Boneyard or huddle orientation. They're layering now into multiple visits going into their sophomore years, going into their junior years. And that's how you really start to build a relationship, by doing all this stuff. But then there's also a wide receiver, Allenson Simmons, coming in 2029. You get into the Carrollton quarterback and CJ Cipher. He will be in town. He was actually at the Battle of the Boneyard as well. So that's kind of an interesting note to kind of bring up again. Another Battle of the Boneyard guy. Now here's your 2030. I told you there's 5 classes. Whoa. There's 5 classes. Now, if you didn't feel old before when I said 2029, that's 45 years basically from, or 55 years from my birthday, like from me being born. So,
Whoa.
I felt old all week putting this list together. But class of 2030, Camden Berry from Omaha, Nebraska, he is already holding an offer for the Huskers. Talked to a very good source there in Omaha. There's some very good feelings about him being not just like a top wide receiver guy in the country, but maybe the top guy as a wide receiver in the 2030 class. So lots of good stuff going on in Omaha and in Lincoln this weekend.
What? Okay. So what grade would young Camden be in? If he's
8th grade.
So is he going to do, before he does a college commitment, is he going to have to do a high school commitment to figure that out?
That's probably going to be a very interesting question as we move forward, right? Like where is he going to end up going to high school there in Omaha? So the person I spoke to did have an opinion on that. And I did ask him. I don't feel like we were on the record and couldn't really share it with them and don't want to tell you who they are. So, but yes, that would be something I think will be one of the next questions to come up here in the next 6-8 months is, where is he going to decide to go to high school?
Big picture here, Munson. This is one of the main things I wanted to sort of ask you about. Like, this is the first, I don't know if it's the first weekend, but you get this kind of fresh start to the new year. Matt Rule has talked a lot more recently and has been out there a lot more recently talking about how he wants to make Nebraska basically cool. He, is doing a lot, all that's in his power to sort of make it seem that way. Nebraska's got a fully operational, facility now that they can take everybody through and do all of those things. I wonder what they'll want to hear from this crop this weekend about that piece of it in order to continue to kind of get that word out there that Nebraska is a place to be.
Such a great point. And you have to feel like the huddle orientation and the Battle of the Boneyard was also kind of a real life experience for those recruits to come out to Lincoln who have never been there before, never thought about the Midwest before. And when they did think about it, they thought they were on the Oregon Trail, and hoping not to die of dysentery. So, I mean, it's one of those things, right? It's like, it gets so infuriating. I get such infuriating comments from people when I write articles about what did you think about the visit, and the recruit goes down the path of, I didn't expect to see what I saw. Like, well, okay, what does that mean? He's like, I expect to see cornfields.
Mm-hmm.
And when you say that and you put that in there, because that is generally their reaction and their feedback, just like I thought everybody's covered wagons, riding on horses, whatever. Legitimately, that is what some of these kids still think about that part of the world. And that is the part that about Rule trying to take on that stereotype, that negative stereotype head on. And he's trying to go ahead and pull these 29s and 28s and 27s into Lincoln to say, it's not that. We've got one of the coolest setups you'll ever see with how the university dumps right into downtown Lincoln, and thinking about all that stuff. And, oh yeah, by the way, when you think about this venue and selling out 300 plus times in a row, like those are the stories that number one, those guys appreciate seeing it firsthand. But even when they get back home to Florida or Georgia or wherever it may be, they're going to get it right back from the people that are feeding them the wrong information in the first place. And so you've got a really, really nasty kind of stereotype that's being fed by the folks that those kids interface with on a daily. And you have to then entrust in them to go back and try to set the record straight. But I think what Rule's doing is tremendous. Where you talk about his podcast, his time on McAfee, he's taking on that negative stereotype right away. He does come off as a very cool, well thought out, well-spoken individual. And I think that helps in every scenario when it comes to recruiting and defeating that negative stereotype.
Yeah, I wonder if they can get him, instead of hearing the classic, like, oh, it's not what I expected, for the recruits to just jump ahead to, oh yeah, I mean, this place was not only exceeded my expectations, but this is up there with everybody else in the country in terms of what they have to offer that's not on the football field.
So I go back to the Cam Wilson story because I've had to kind of, go back and grab like any 2026s that are still kind of in the picture for Nebraska. And I go back and I reread his words of his official visit, because he was a Syracuse commitment when he first visited in April. He remained a Syracuse commitment through his official visit in June, and still is today, but he's going to come back this fall at some point. And he literally says, this is the best visit I've ever taken. So you can keep proving them wrong and opening their eyes one person at a time. It's just a long process. It's a very long process. So I think when you start to multicast, like what Coach Rule is doing, you're doing your best to kind of inform masses, and then he'll take the one by ones, especially the guys that he wants to bring in and play football in Lincoln, but he wants to also take on the other side as well.
I wanted to ask you before we let you go here, Munson, saw that you were able to make the trip out to see your son coach. He's a quality control guy right at Eastern Michigan.
That's correct.
How was the trip, and Howard, I one of my buddies played at Eastern Michigan a long time ago, so I've seen a game in Ypsilanti. I can last a quarter in Ypsilanti. It's awesome. How's that been so far?
I wore that shirt to the game.
Awesome.
First of all, so that's one of the funniest things I've ever read on YouTube in any comments in all of my life.
So good.
So good. So it was the coolest day in Dallas that we had seen in 6 months. So leaving Dallas that day really hurt. When we got to Austin, where they were staying, it was 113 degrees. We headed south to San Marcos. I think it had moved down to like 108.
Nice.
And then a cold front kind of moved in. Texas State's really good. They're going to win the Sun Belt. G.J. Kinney, I actually covered their head coach in high school. That's how old I am. So they're going to be really, really good. Eastern Michigan, they got to clean it up. They'll beat Long Island tomorrow, but you're going to see a triple option threat from Long Island tomorrow. So kind of turn back the page and think about the old days of the Cornhuskers and Tom Osborne and Tommy Frazier a little bit. So they're trying to find an identity right now and trying to clean some things up. But it was very fun, cool to see him in that element, and really excited for the rest of the season for him.
Awesome, man. Very cool. Well, enjoy those. Are you making a trip up north this year?
I will see them 2 other times this year. I will see them in Buffalo when I go up there in October, when I go to their game against the University of Buffalo, and then I go see the Bills play the Patriots.
Nice.
The next night. And then the very next weekend, I'll be in Ypsilanti to watch them play NIU.
Awesome. Fantastic. All right. Well, we'll catch up on that and see if you can last a quarter in Ypsilanti when we get to that.
I'm gonna try, dude. Gonna try.
Enjoy your weekend. See ya.
Do the same. See ya.
Brian Mson from HuskerOnline.com. Did you hear that, Josh? Long Island, Nebraska handshake meme yet again.
Long Island got pounded by Florida last weekend.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be the Sharks.
No.
Wouldn't want to be the Sharks. Tough time to be the Sharks right
They're
now.
learning. You gotta take these L's and take those checks.
Yeah. Yep. But I haven't seen very many college football games in not Lincoln. I've only been to, I don't know, a little more than a handful of venues across the country to watch a college football game, and it's usually involving Nebraska. I think of one other game that I went to that wasn't a Nebraska college football game, and it was an Iowa-Michigan game. And then we went and visited my buddy who played at Eastern Michigan, and they played Army more than a decade ago now. And it was so weird because my only point of reference was Nebraska.
Sure.
Basically. I'm like, well, this is different. This is really, really weird. You know, do we have to line up early? No, they're just walking. just walking.
Guys, it's getting pretty late. We should probably get down there.
Their field wasn't gray yet.
Okay.
So if that dates whatever time period I was there, but yeah. So that's pretty cool for months. They played at Texas State last week. All right. We'll have a quick timeout here. Brian Christopherson will be up on the other side. Don't forget, we'll hear from Matt Rule still today on the show. Keys, Peas, history lesson. Sipple. Yeah, we're booked up, baby. And we still have to hit the investigative report. How did a walaby get hit on Highway 6?
This is the answers everybody wants today.
Back after this with Brian Christopherson on 1620 The Zone.
Hey, Brian. Brian Christopherson.
I gotta take this. It's Hap.
B-Rooney drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry.
Brian Christopherson, Husker 24/7 on the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Brian Christopherson joins us now via the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. BC, happy Friday. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. You're a pretty even-keeled guy. Where does your Vikings optimism or lack of optimism stand at this moment before the first game?
They'll be okay. They'll be like 10-7 and make the playoffs. That's my pick. Growing year for young JJ as the QB, but I think we'll make it to the dance at least.
Is that the equivalent of picking Nebraska to go 8-4, which everyone did this year?
Yeah, probably. That's an even keel pick from an even keel guy.
That's right. Stay on brand.
Just stay on that fence, and then you never upset anybody too much. So, I do think the Bears are going to get us on opening night, and I think it's going to be unbearable.
Nice.
Listen, I kind of stumbled in that, but listening to the talk after the Bears, if they do that. But I am worried about that.
Yeah, if the Bears win, it will get out of control very quickly.
I think the Bears fan base, and I mean this politely, I have a lot of Bears friends. I think they're the most they don't realize it, but they actually can be the most obnoxious of any fan base. They just haven't had a reason to do it a lot. But if they start to pick up some steam, watch out. You'll feel it.
Yeah, it's it just like, I'm sure you're like honest. Matt Rule, I got the sense that he was kind of appreciative that they were in a close game and they got tested in a variety of different ways last week. Maybe you're thinking, hey, if the Vikings lose, then the Bears hype train gets to go off the rails, only for it to come crashing back down to earth in an unbelievable way at some point during the season.
Yeah, I guess that could be a possibility that I could look forward to, but I'd rather beat them on opening night. I just think I think they're pretty fired up about what they've got, and I think JJ is going to have some growing pains out of the gate. So I'll give the Bears this one as my pick, which means absolutely nothing, of course. But even when the Bears have stunk, when you play there, it's always like a 17-16 game. 17-16, that's a score Matt Rule quoted this week. So yeah, it'll be something like that again.
Yeah, he thinks every game is going to be 17-16. First, before we get into this particular game, any 1997 Akron memories?
Was that the game where was it Makovica who just kept the legs churning the last 4 yards? Yeah. You know that when Tom Osborne was the AD and I was working at the newspaper, I was doing a Q&A with him, and I asked him what his one of his favorite Husker touchdowns was as a head coach, and that was the one that came to mind.
Wow.
He said at that moment. Now maybe it was just what popped into his head, off the cuff, but he specified that particular touchdown. So Akron has that claim to fame. They're involved with one of the favorite touchdowns Tom Osborne at least 10 years ago said from Nebraska. I think he just liked what it represented, like that fullback just always driving for more type of thing.
Yep. It was the prominent feed. I watched the 5-minute, cut up highlight tape from the DVD last night. I was on YouTube. I didn't pop in the DVD, but I watched the 5-minute cut up last night, and that was the most prominent thing. Frankie London did some stuff. Carl Buckhalter's debut. So there was some good stuff.
Buckhalter was good. Buckhalter was one of those Husker backs who was underappreciated while he was here, and then had a nice NFL career after it. He was just solid. I mean, he was always a really good player. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there's you go. There's your Akron memories. I'm sure maybe a couple more from the game that never was, or after the kickoff 7 years ago, almost tonight, just a couple days ago.
Oh, the whole Frost era would have been different if that game had been played. I tell you, Hap. No,
you still hear people saying that sometimes. You still do. No, it was so I looked up BC they came to some resolution. I think it was over the summer or this spring on that. So this is the makeup game for that. And they're going to get paid $1.45 million for this game, which is more than a traditional buy game, or maybe it's the going rate these days, but that is this is the makeup game for that night.
You better go win by 5 or 6 touchdowns then if you're going to pay someone that money. You better get a few licks in.
In reality, though, that Nebraska has I don't know if you can prove anything this week, but I do think they probably have to prove some things to themselves, right? Hey, we have to look clean and do some things right. Like, what are the 1, 2, or 3 things that that are boxes that you need to check this weekend for Nebraska?
Well, it's going to be nothing original set at this point in the week, but I do think, the make you miss component on offense, I want to see that start happening. As they put the stat out there, they had the ball in play like 64 times where Cincinnati had to tackle them, and there was only like 6 make you misses all game by Nebraska. So there needs to be more of that where you sidestep the guy at the second level. Or Isaiah Hunter, I don't want to pick on him. He had a really good game. But even on the 24-yarder, that's one where, like, in the future, like, hopefully he can keep his feet turned down the sideline and it's a touchdown. And so you'd like to see a few more of those. It's just really hard to live by hitting singles all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Don't I know it as a Twins fan? I mean, you need a couple home runs thrown in there. And so obviously against a team that is a group of 5, you'd like to see that. Then I think you're talking about that front 7, basically front 6, front 7, however you want to cast it. Like you want to see them, I think, cause some havoc behind the line of scrimmage, get off the ball, get some TFLs. They only had 2 in the opener, so that's a big assignment. And I think that the overall point is you just want to see your guys go out there like determined to let their buddy, who's maybe second or third, like get in this game like late third quarter, fourth quarter, that's theirs. Like I would think that would drive guys. They talk about meeting a standard, but also don't take your opponent lightly by any means, but play well enough that if your talents do what you think they can, your second, third team guys are getting valuable snaps. And that does matter. That's something this program hasn't had enough of in recent years, the type of games where guys can just get the experience of what it's like on that field when the scoreboard's on. And so this is one of those weekends where you hope that kind of happens.
How do you think they'll handle Ja'Cory Barney with his injury situation tomorrow?
I think Ja'Cory will make it tough to handle him at all, because I think Ja'Cory's just built the way that he's like, I'll be out there, and Rule made that point of like, there was talk if he's questionable this week, he's like, he'll be out there Tuesday, and he was limited. So it's something to watch. I'm curious if he'd be the guy they put back at punt returner, if there's anything lingering there, but he's just got one of those spirits about him that loves to play and knows he only gets so many chances per fall to go out there. And I think it's going to be hard to keep him from contributing or wanting to be a part of it. So I suspect he'll be out there. And that's the other thing in this game. You want to get out of it as healthy as possible. Obviously you can't always control that, but that's so. I've covered a couple of these games non-con where Nebraska's won, but there was one a few years ago where they lost like 2 running backs, and they've had offensive line injuries, and so that's obviously a storyline of this weekend too. You just hope to get out of it really healthy these next 2 weeks.
Defensively, you mentioned the front. No sacks last week. It's probably been a little bit of an under talked about piece of last week's game. There was all the stuff that Cincinnati was doing to them, and the quarterback was a run threat, but weren't able to generate much pressure last week. How do you think that will come, given that Nebraska has much more of a physical advantage this week than they did last week, but you still want to see them, be in the right lanes and do the things that they're going to have to do in Big Ten play as well? Like, what will that result in this week?
Well, I just hope a lot of chaos. Do you hope that your physical advantage plays itself out in front of our eyes, where it's just like they can't really block you? There's a reason why you're at Nebraska. You don't want to take lightly who's in front of you, but also the fact that, I don't know if their quarterback, I don't think he can run like Sorsby can. And so that was kind of an out this week in the conversation, right? It was kind of like, well, they had a quarterback that,
Yep.
it started running like kind of it was said to be high school offense, that's how it was put. And had to kind of deal with that. And that's not going to be the type of QB we see every week. So that's fine. You can nod your head to that idea right now, I guess, but you got to go show that that's true now. If you get quarterbacks who you think are more standard or whatever, offenses that more fit the bill for you to go make plays. So I understand like all the discussion of how Cincinnati in some ways was a tricky matchup actually on both sides of the ball for Nebraska because of the conference they play in and this the format of their schemes based off that conference. But there's still stuff Nebraska's got to do a lot better, and you've got to show that that's actually the truth. Like, it was a tricky matchup, and that's why it kind of went down that way. And now these guys play with their hair on fire, as it's always said, and just cause some plays behind the line of scrimmage, get this team off schedule a little bit.
All right, BC, we'll let you go, and we'll see you up there tomorrow. Another night game in Memorial Stadium. I'm sure everyone's looking forward. Matt Rule, we know, is looking forward to the light show. So everybody else is.
He was pretty giddy about that. Kind of like a kid before Christmas type of vibe about seeing that. So that's good.
All right, BC, see you later.
All right, thanks.
Brian Christopherson, Husker 247. The 24/7 Hypecast is up.
Hypecast
featuring Kevin Kugler.
Cougs
this week. I am scheduled to do the Sunday morning side session with Mike J. Schaefer.
Whoa, that's a good show. I listened to that show.
We might just record that in the car on the way back because I think Schaefer and I are riding together. Friends.
Whoa.
Schaefer was basically just trying to ask me, hello, can you take me to Lincoln?
It's very far away now.
I now live too far away from Lincoln. Can you please take me there? And I was like, sure, Schaefer, I'll take you to Lincoln as long as you don't mind going 4 hours before the game starts to go see Maddie and Tay.
And he said, yes,
and
of
he's
course.
like, yeah, whatever. I'll find something to do. I'm like, all right, cool. And
Comedians in cars doing podcasts.
Maybe we'll just record the pod on the way back. It could be an interesting idea. So there you go. The Hypecast is up, a weekly listen for myself, oddly specific predictions, and plenty more on the Husker 247 podcast feed and on the website. We'll be back with Josh's Odd News coming up next on 1620 The Zone.
Upon further review, the host's last statement was deemed to be somewhat comical. Somewhat. The Connor Happer Show returns in minutes on 1620 The Zone.
How would you like to finally lose all those unwanted pounds quickly without spending thousands on painful injections?
And now we've reached the point in the show where Josh Oddson reads the peculiar, the bizarre, the comical, the odd news with Oddson. Odd news, Oddson. See what we did there? The odd news with Oddson.
All right, it's time for the odd news. I like it when Josh drops Dumb and Dumber references in front of me and nobody else notices.
Why are you going to the airport? You flying somewhere?
I dropped a School of Rock reference during the break as well. I don't know if anybody caught it. Obviously, nobody listening did, because we learned that there has been a death in the royal family.
R.I.P.
The Duchess of Kent, who was the cousin of the dead queen, has died. May she rest in peace.
Is it worth texting John?
John knows. John Bishop?
Yeah.
He's going to get triggered about it.
Should I DM him?
But I did. He was in here when dropping beers all over the place when I said it for the first time. He was like,
That sounds just like him.
He gets it. All right, Josh, let's do it. What do we got?
Chris has them.
What?
Chris has them. The cross-train stuff. Oh, what did he do? I don't
know.
Great question.
He just takes stuff and starts moving.
Better
get him quick because he's about to get on a plane.
That's true. Another chapter in the rivalry between Lou Holtz and Ryan Day has been written.
Really?
We all remember that rivalry, right?
Yeah.
Well, it seems after Ohio State won the national championship, Lou Holtz extended an olive branch of peace to Ryan Day.
Okay.
By writing him a congratulatory letter.
No kidding.
To which he recently responded. Let's see. Where did he say this? Oh, on Outkick. Okay.
He trustable news source.
He told Dan Dockich on Outkick's Don't At Me show.
Another trusted news source.
I did write him a congratulatory letter, but I never heard back from him. I'm sure he can write, but in any event, he did not answer. But that's his alternative.
Wow. Ryan Day gave him the cold shoulder after all that?
And then Lou Holtz put in a weird shot.
I mean,
I'm sure he can write.
I will say that, like, Lou Holtz kind of did start it.
I don't even remember who started.
Well, he said that Ohio State was soft, basically.
Yes.
And then, he specifically called out Ryan Day, and then Ryan Day was like, I want to know where Lou Holtz is right now. Mm-hmm. And so, they were trying to squash it, and Lou Holtz tried, but he failed, apparently. Ryan Day is not into that.
The 88-year-old Lou Holtz. That photo was real. I don't care what
it looked real to me.
Yeah, that's about it for that one.
Okay. Good story.
We go to Slow Internetville. A man.
Did you not get your hard copies today?
I didn't get my hard copies today.
Sad.
So much going on. Man spends 30 years hand digging a labyrinth of underground caves 20 feet below his garden. Francis Proctor, 76 years young, clearly a listener to the Connor Happer show because he has recently dug a hole. He spent 3 decades digging out the 20-foot deep network of tunnels below his home in, I'm going to guess this is Europe. Those feel like pretty British places.
Okay, that sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds awesome.
A self-proclaimed odd...
Did he call 811?
Great question. I'm going to bet not. They would have told him, stop digging. Self-proclaimed oddball has devoted 3 decades to hand excavating an extraordinary maze of subterranean chambers 20 feet beneath his back garden.
This is awesome.
Yeah. A remarkable underground realm of passages, grottos, and whimsical features that leave guests utterly spellbound during visits to his Southport residence.
You know what I just had a realization. I think tunnels are the coolest thing. I love tunnels. Do you remember the episode in Better Call Saul where Gus was hiding from Lalo and he built a tunnel over to the next house to like decoy him? Did you watch that show, Josh?
I did, and I do.
That was an incredible episode. I was absolutely I loved that episode so much. I love tunnels. Tunnels might be my favorite thing.
Whoa, okay.
Are tunnels your favorite thing? Poll
Poll
question.
question.
I could put that up there.
The entire complex was manually excavated using nothing more than basic digging tools, he explained. When we bought the house more than 50 years ago, I wanted to have an underground room that I could travel down to from the garden. It was pretty silly, but I got the idea from Blue John Cavern in Derbyshire. I don't know what any of that is. I'm sorry.
Definitely British, though.
Yeah. 3 decades later, these are pretty intricate tunnels and holes. He says, I love a good cave. So
I love a good cave, too. Tunnels are cooler than caves. But really, I mean, they go hand in hand. You probably need to get a tunnel to get to a cave.
Mm-hmm. Do they not have like zoning laws or something? It seems like the second anyone found out about this in America,
it's a lot of land.
It would be shut down, right?
I don't know.
They're celebrating this guy across the pond.
I love tunnels. I don't want to make my own tunnel. It sounds too hard, but I want to see this guy's tunnels.
I want to see your tunnel.
I want to see this guy's tunnels for sure.
Yeah.
You ever been in like a good tunnel?
I have, yeah.
You're like under, and then you think about it when you're in the tunnel, and you're like, just think about the things that are going on above me right now.
Yeah.
Like if you're in the Lincoln Tunnel, you know.
Do you like the danger of it?
No, it's not. It's just like,
okay,
this is so cool.
It's so cool.
It's just, I mean, it's like you're gone. It's like you're gone from Earth.
The masculine urge to dig a hole, right? Like just.
Oh, but it's like, it's also, I think there's an engineering component to it. Like it's a modern marvel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how do they do that? How do they blow a hole on the side of the mountain and make a tunnel? How did they get? It makes you really think about how they got to they did the Oregon Trail. They had to go around all those mountains.
When you're driving on parts of the interstate and they've clearly they just went through the limestone.
Yes.
Like that.
And you could see it sheared off.
Yeah. Like that fascinates me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like who said, why don't we just go through it?
Yes.
Well, how are we going to do that, Jim?
Oh,
we can't just go through it.
God, it's amazing. Again, all right, couple reactions to tunnels.
Okay.
Stibbs tweets into the show.
Hi, Stibbs.
That's a couple tweets, actually. First of all, at Happer Show, graphic, I love tunnels. We'll do something with that for sure. And then he says, anytime I'm in the Jersey Manhattan tunnel, it stuns me every single time. And to think how it was made, especially in the era it was, incredible. No doubt, Stibbs, me and you are on the same page.
See, they're making fun of you, but they agree with you.
They agree. Everyone who's listening to this, like, damn, I actually do love tunnels. Amazing Daniel writes in.
Hi, Amazing Daniel.
Connor sounds like a 17-year-old stoner. Like, we're down here and they're up there. Like, we're not even in the world, man. That's kind of how I feel. It's just so cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so cool. Oh, Platte Cat, the tunnel entering Pittsburgh. You come out of the tunnel. And you just the downtown skyline just it smacks you in the face. It's just like boom, you're there. I did that a lot when I was in Pittsburgh a couple years ago. Man, tunnels.
Really should have ended the odd news on that story.
Well, we can end it.
Well, do we need to?
I don't know. We can.
If
we want to end on a good one, then we can just end it.
I'll read the headline and you tell me stop or go.
We got an option pick here.
Yeah. Grabbed his groin and squeezed. Woman assaulted brother and choked mom during argument over missing PlayStation 4 game.
No, I think it's a great headline,
okay,
but it's a pass.
Okay.
Because I know what I need to know.
It did kind of tell you everything you need to know right there in the headline.
Great headline.
Uh-huh. Okay, that's fine.
Jeff writes in.
Hi, Jeff.
Tunnels and planes. Hap might be a child. Jesse writes in. Good take, Connor. Tunnels are pretty cool. Agreed.
Getting a lot of traction on this tunnel talk.
I think everyone.
Tunnel talk.
Oh, tunnel talk. It's available right now at huskeronline.com. But mostly I want to do real tunnels. Like I should start a podcast called Tunnel Talk and just say, whoa.
You guys.
This is awesome. Have you ever seen this tunnel before?
Listener sent in a photo of tunnel.
What's the best tunnel you've ever been in, Josh?
Whoa. Gosh, that's like making me pick my favorite child.
It's got to be the Lincoln Tunnel.
Have I been in the Lincoln
Well, I
Tunnel?
don't know if you've been in the Lincoln Tunnel.
I don't think I've been in the Lincoln Tunnel. God, I really don't know.
I mean, I guess you don't go to Colorado, so
why would I?
For the tunnels.
Garbage people and garbage drugs.
You could go for the tunnels, Josh. Imagine how much they love tunnels in Colorado. They're all stoned. They'd be like, whoa.
I'd love to look at this tunnel, but I got to fill up this piss balloon for the weekend.
Dude. Yes. Aaron and Papillion, going to Logan in Boston when you start going into the tunnel and you think, I'm going to go under the ocean. Those are the best. When you go under the ocean. Under the ocean, Josh. Tunnels!
Under the sea?
No. This is not Little Mermaid.
Okay.
Under the ocean for tunnels.
Ooh.
All right. Noon hour is coming up next. A Nebraska Akron history lesson. After this on 1620 The Zone.
He has the latest sports news, expert analysis, award-winning commentary, and a pocket full of cabbage.
Can you give us an indication why?
Just in case there's a sauerkraut emergency.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Welcome back. Noon hour of the Connor Happer Show here on 1620 The Zone and on 1620thezone.com. Nebraska and Akron tomorrow night, Memorial Stadium. And after the game, Josh and Matt will have Big Red overreaction on 1620 The Zone and on 1019 The Keg. Should start about 10 o'clock. And don't forget about 1620 The Pre-Game tomorrow with John and Michael Severe.
And then severe reaction on Sunday morning after.
And then severe reaction. Declan tweets into the show.
Hi, Declan.
I listen to local sports radio on 1620 The Zone to find out about the Nebraska Wallaby tragedy. Don't worry. We'll get there. We will have time for the Wallaby story. I will make time for it.
Might mean we don't have time for the Caitlin Clark story, but
It might get pushed out. Placat comments into the show.
Hi, Placat.
I can't stop thinking about tunnels. I don't blame you. I love thinking about tunnels. It's amazing how it just all crystallized in my head just during that last segment. You know what? I every time I go in a tunnel, I love it. It's awesome. So I'm considering starting a podcast with my dearest friends and talking about how much we love tunnels, some of our favorite tunnels that we've ever been in, our best tunnel experiences. Have you ever been stuck in a tunnel? Things like that. So maybe that's an upcoming podcast to a podcast feed near you soon. I'm sure it will get many, many, many subscribers. We'll take a phone call here in just a little bit. Saw this from Robin Washington of Husker Online. According to sources, Nebraska basketball will have a new color analyst on their broadcast this year. Jake Muehlheisen has stepped down from his position after 7 seasons. It will be Jeff Smith, former Nebraska basketball assistant coach and longtime Lincoln Southeast coach. He will be with KP next year on the radio.
Hope you know your Schick and Nick quotes, Jeff.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of ways that could go. I don't know, Jeff, but I look forward to the radio calls. I love radio calls. I love tunnels and I love radio calls, Josh.
There's 2 things you need to know about Connor Happer.
Dumb and Dumber, radio calls, and tunnels.
That's 3.
That's 3. I got 3 for you, Josh. Sure. Let's take a phone call on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. Here's Todd. Todd. Good afternoon, Todd. What's up?
Good afternoon, guys. Hey, Brian mentioned playing hard so that the third string guys could get in. Do we have anybody that's playing now that was one time a third stringer at Nebraska?
Oh,
is that really important anymore?
Oh, interesting. That's an interesting way to look at it. I would have to check. Let me look at the depth chart and see. That's an interesting way to look at it, Todd, though.
Well, I think those guys are leaving now. If they can't get the 1-2, and it's obvious that they're going to start next year, I don't think they're sticking around. Now, maybe I'm wrong, and I know Rule wants to recruit and not have that happen, but is that really feasible today?
Okay, good question. Thank you, Todd. I appreciate the call. So let's take a look at Nebraska's depth chart. Just a quick little run through. So basically, we're looking for positions in which they have developed players.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
They're not coming from the transfer portal, and they are not young guys right now. They're not like freshmen now. Right. So guys that have been in the program for a couple of years, waited, and now are in a position as like a junior or senior where they're starting. Now, that is the direct result of it, but that is not the only reason why you develop play. You want a complete roster at any given moment. So just before we get too off the rails here with this conversation. So Gunnar Gatula is the starter at left tackle. He's a young guy. He's just a sophomore, right? He played last year. Lutovsky would go in that category. Lutovsky sat for a couple of years and just really started playing last year and now is a starter on that line. Justin Evans might fit into that category, although he started all season last year and he's a junior now. Rocco would not fall into that category because he is a transfer. Teddy has really played all throughout his availability in his career, or when he has been available, he has played, but it's been all throughout his career. Luke Lindenmeyer was probably one of those guys who waited and now got there as a junior. So I'd put him there.
We've already said yes more times than I thought we were going to.
It's just it's twice really on offense. Winery, no. Ja'Cory Barney, no. Dane Key, no. Isaiah Hunter, no. Winery, no. Lenhart, no. He played as a freshman. Elijah Judy. Elijah Judy is one of those guys for sure. Even though he came in as a transfer, but he's been developed in the program for a couple of years. Keona Davis, no. Too young and played last year. Jalen George, no. Riley Van Poppel, not really. Played as a freshman. Desan McCullough, no. Jordan Ochoa, not really. Played as a freshman and is a redshirt freshman right now. Willis McGahee, no. Played as a freshman. Marcus Watson Trent, no. He's a transfer. Shavers, no. He's a sophomore and he played last year. Javen Wright. Javen Wright is kind of one of those guys, but his injury history is, marred his career. Deshaun Singleton, no, played most of his career. Rex Guthrie, no, he's a redshirt freshman. Andrew Marshall, no, he's a transfer. Donovan Jones, no, he's a redshirt freshman. Marcus Buford, no, he's really played the entire time. Malcolm Hartzog, kind of, but he's mostly played the entire time. Sierra Wright, he's a transfer. Jeremiah Charles is just a sophomore. Amari Sanders is just a freshman. So there's a few of them, but I think the question that Todd was asking is like, is it worth it? Is it worth it to still like, hey, we need to get young guys in there because they need to develop, and you need to see the fruits of that eventually. Well, you're also trying to develop so your team is good and solid right now. That way, if somebody goes down, then the next guy is there waiting for them. So I understand what Todd is saying, but like, it's still important that you're able to get your backups in and get them experience, whether it pays off now or
don't want to get those starters hurt
in the future. All right. Still people talking about tunnels in the chat. They can't forget about the tunnels.
How could you?
They can't stop talking about the tunnels, Josh. Maybe we should just delete the history lesson for this week and talk about tunnels only.
Somebody's tipped me off to the underground city in Toronto that's just a bunch of underground tunnels.
So I heard, this is another great example. And I didn't even know how much I loved it until just now. I heard that they were building some sort of like underground Tesla tunnel in Vegas. Maybe that was a made up thing, but I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah, check it out, Josh. Google, give me a little Google action there.
The underground Tesla tunnel in Las Vegas
Yes.
is known as the Vegas Loop.
Vegas Loop.
It is a system of underground tunnels designed for passengers to travel in Tesla vehicles from one location to another.
Now, how cool is that?
Aiming to provide a faster alternative to surface traffic.
Vegas traffic, pretty bad, Josh. Pretty bad. I wouldn't recommend driving in Vegas
I
at all.
Everyone walked there.
Well, I mean, there are still people who live in that city, remarkably so. But yes, there are people who live in that city.
This is open. It opened 4 years ago.
There you go. It's done. It's a tunnel.
Wow.
I love tunnels. Somebody mentioned the tunnel that goes from that connects Harper Shram Smith to the dining hall over there. Great tunnel. Excellent tunnel. I used that tunnel a lot when it was cold outside when I lived in the dorms. Great times. Excellent times.
You, Stibbs, and Platcat are fleshing out a Tunnel Talk podcast.
Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to sit on a couch and probably talk about tunnels. I'm down. Let's set it up. John emails in on the Equitable Bank inbox.
Hi, John.
He says you can't get the radio call if you are in a tunnel. Now, that is a good point. That is a good point. You do lose all signal with planet Earth, basically.
Yeah.
Once you go inside the tunnel.
Got to make a pick.
I'm good. I'd keep me in the tunnel.
Okay.
Now, you don't want to be in a tunnel for too long. It gets a little scary when you're in the tunnel for that long.
Then you're like a mole man and the sun blinds you.
It's not so fun anymore.
You're right.
All right. History lesson. We're going to do it. We're going to get off the tunnels and we're going to talk about the history of Nebraska and Akron. And then we're going to do our keys next because Sipple is going to join us at 1 o'clock. Well, at least we think. One prior matchup between Nebraska and Akron that actually got played, Josh. We have a full game and a kickoff. Of course.
Yes. Okay.
I was at the game. There was just a kickoff, and we'll talk about that a little bit during this segment. But let's go back to August 30th, 1997. They were, usually when we do these history lessons, there are games that originated in like 1920, and we have to go to old timey newspapers, and you let Josh do his 1940s man voice. But fortunately enough, it worked out this week where the first and only matchup between these two teams was in 1997, and I could tell by Josh's voice he doesn't want to do 1940s man today.
You're talking about giving 1940s man the shaft.
Okay, never mind. He does want to do 1940s man.
You're not giving me the vaudeville hook.
What does 1997 man sound like?
I briefly thought about it during the break, and it's, whoa, dude.
They all sound like, okay, all right.
Totally.
Interesting. Sound like they like tunnels.
You heard about these tunnels, man?
So I watched the highlight from the DVD of this game that I mentioned to BC earlier.
Hell yeah.
It was Carell Buckhalter's debut. By the way, shout out to our boys from Husker Max who do all the games.
Every game.
Carell Buckhalter's debut.
Eagles.
Frankie London. He did some stuff in that game. Scott Frost, obviously, starting quarterback. Joe Makovica had a great run, as BC mentioned. He said Tom Osborne later said that it was one of his favorite runs of all time.
Incredible.
It was a run in the first half against Akron to start the 1997 season. Nebraska was up 38-0 at halftime. The starters did not play at all in the second half. Nebraska ran for 472 yards in the game. Scott Frost, 11 carries, 123 yards. Amon Green, now they have him listed on this as 9 carries for 102, but on the DVD, it said that it was the only game all year that Amon Green didn't run for 100 in 1997. Frankie London, 5 carries for 79. Carell Buckhalter, 11 carries for 62. Joel Makovica, 7 carries for 59. Bobby Newcomb, 7 carries for 34. And then a couple other guys got in the game as well. I believe this was also Matt Davison's debut as well. He later came up with a big catch that year. And somebody said, nice catch, Matt.
Nice catch, Matt.
3 catches for 64 yards in the game. And the previously mentioned Chevin Wiggins also had 2 catches in that game.
I hope you parlay this into several other careers,
He
Matt.
later tipped the ball to Matt Davison.
People forget.
People do forget. It was an accident, but he touched it before Matt Davison touched it. Scott Frost, 7 of 13 for 67 yards.
Great stat line.
Frankie London, 4 of 5 for 90 yards. Bobby Newcomb, 1 of 1 for 15 yards. It was the 215th consecutive sellout. Like I said, the DVD said, I trust the DVD. The DVD said it was the only time where Amon Green didn't run for 100 yards all season. He ran for 99. That's what they said in the DVD. But the box score has him credited for 102, so there's a discrepancy there.
Let's get him on the show and talk about it.
Also, well, I think he's available. We should. Did you run for 100 yards? Can you go back and count? Recount your steps. So our friends from Husker Max, they always grab the poll quotes. There's some really good ones in here. I'll read you a couple, but I have a favorite. I have a favorite. Now, I don't know what Chattel was referencing.
Missouri School.
I don't know what Chattel was referencing at all. But the quote was, let the record show that this game wasn't so bad for college football after all.
Oh, wow.
Were people saying that it was bad? Like, is it bad when teams beat down other teams?
Yeah, like, oh, you're paying this school to come here and beat them. Like, where's the fun in that?
Yeah.
Why don't we play the kickoff classic against
Right. Somebody with a pulse.
Yeah.
Jeff Korbelek from the Lincoln Journal-Star. Nobody's sure if this was a good game or not. Fans expected a blowout, and blowout is what they got. And then possibly my favorite poll quote that has ever appeared on one of the Husker Max pages.
Whoa, we do this a lot, guys.
Yes.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
This is from Terry Pluto of the Akron Beacon Journal after the game.
ABJ.
Terry Pluto of the Akron Beacon Journal. Quote, imagine being George Custer the night before Little Bighorn. Only you know it's coming. That was how it felt to be Akron football coach Lee Owens this weekend. Imagine being George Custer the night before Little Bighorn. Only you know it's coming. What a take.
Okay.
What an opinion. What an opinion. I love it. I love the historical reference. It's absolutely fantastic. It's great. So that was the game in 1997. Of course, Nebraska won handily 59-14 in the first game of the 108th season of Nebraska football. And yes, the Joel Makovica 20-yard touchdown run late in the first quarter, where he broke at least a half a dozen Akron tackles, was probably the highlight from the game. And then there was 2018. What could have been, what briefly was. Gary and I mentioned it the other day. I unless you were there, you're probably just going to have I always have a difficult time convincing people of this. It was the buzz in that stadium before kickoff for the game in 2018, which would have been Frost's first game as the head coach. That place was unlike I'd ever seen it before. I can't explain it.
Place was lit.
It was so. I mean, you felt it was like you were in a tunnel. You walked out onto the field and it was just on top of you. The energy and the buzz. It just I get chills thinking about it. It was so different and so unique, and the excitement for Scott Frost to be the head coach was crazy, and it was a night game, and I mean, people were just absolutely having a great time that day, and it was going to be an all-night party. And then the thunderstorm hit, and they played Africa by Toto, and Ndamukong Suh walked his way across the field in the rainstorm, and a variety of different things happened that night. And now, what did that lead to? That led to tomorrow, where tomorrow is the makeup game for what would have been in 2018. Nebraska did pay Akron a half of the guarantee of the sum of money from that night originally from the originally scheduled game. I think it was half of it, $650,000. And then they will now pay them $1.45 million for this bye game tomorrow, in what the start of 2 weeks of what many are saying is the easiest 2-week stretch of Nebraska football that has ever taken place.
Whoa.
Just wait till those non-con games start kicking in. Wait till the Big Ten goes back to eight league games a year.
Oh, no.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. A couple texts here. For the 531.
High 531.
It's a good way to put it. The 2018 game was the only game of the Frost era where I actually had fun. All the other games were miserable and terrible, and I felt horrible the entire time. That game, it was that is unique. Like it just sits there. It's kind of a what if, but it almost lives as this perfect thing in your mind, right? It's the season kicks off and you get all of the build up to it, but you get no game. You get nothing to critique. You get nothing to be disappointed about other than there was not a game. There's nothing to go off of. It's a perfect It's a perfect world. It's utopia. It's the game can become whatever you want it to become. It's odd. From the 316.
At 316.
What will people say if Akron scores 14 tomorrow? Probably bad things. Depending on, if Nebraska scores like 70, then it's fine.
People will have opinions on how many points Akron scores tomorrow in Big Red Overreaction.
No doubt.
I guarantee it.
They will. They will, considering they scored 0 against Wyoming last week.
At home.
Yeah, not good. Let's take a phone call. Here's Tony on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. Good afternoon, Tony.
Hey, guys. Happy Husker Eve.
Yes, to you as well.
Thank you. I actually was thinking about this game the other day where you guys just talked about the 2018 game. I was there. I hear you on the buzz. But I have a hypothetical question that makes no difference now, but I'm curious. Let's say the game gets played. Nebraska has pretty big victory. The hype happens. Everything happens. The game gets played. Nebraska wins. Does that start the coaching time of Frost here on a completely different note to the point where he's actually still here and the program is successful?
Tony, thanks for the call. It's a question that I've never really thought about before. I've never considered it. Josh, any thoughts?
I'm going to guess a lot of the other things.
Matthew says, never heard that hypothetical before.
In Scott Frost's tenure come up and still get him fired to this day.
Yeah.
I hear you working, though. I hear you working. I get it. Just needed a little positive momentum at some point.
Nothing works in a linear way. But what happened that year was that they started off the season against Colorado and they lost. And they got the win back later in the season, which, they kind of, either way, they would have loved to start out 1-0.
You always do.
But they played Bethune-Cookman later on in the season. I don't think it changes much. I don't think it changes much. I have heard that theory a couple times though, Josh. Yes. I've heard that theory. I still think they probably lose to Colorado.
But do they lose to Troy?
What if if everything remains the same, the reason that they lost to Troy is because the guy from Colorado pulled on Adrian's leg and twisted.
So, so that's the game you want to change then, right?
You want to change the Troy game more than the Akron game?
Well, Colorado, if you could change just one game in that season in hopes of creating the largest domino effect.
It's the Colorado game.
Yeah.
Yeah, if correct. Yes. It's not the lack of game against Akron, it's the leg pulling of the guy from Colorado.
Yeah.
Because they probably beat Troy. And then maybe if they beat Troy, they beat I don't know who was next. Oh, Purdue. The winnable game was after that.
It was Colorado, Troy at Michigan, then Purdue.
Oh, Michigan. They're not winning the Michigan game.
No.
So
that was a buzzsaw.
Now, Adrian was limping. He was in rough shape that day. I would have liked to see it when he was healthy. They would have still lost by a healthy amount of points that day. So my answer, Tony, no, I do not believe that it changes much of anything. But it did perpetuate, I will say this, it did and does perpetuate the idea that my man he used this term a lot and people hated it, snake bit. Couldn't catch a break.
Yeah.
Whatever, He couldn't. But there was a lot more they could have done also.
I don't know.
A lot of times you don't get breaks if you don't do things the right way.
I don't know. You replay that Colorado game without the leg twist.
Oh, has
you
Troy talked you into it?
You win that one, that's 5, and then you domino effect that into a healthy Martinez on the field against Troy. You win that one, that's 6. That's a bowl game in Scott's first year.
Joel writes in.
Hi, Joel.
I remember seeing Terry Bowden's pregame speech for the 2018 game, and I think Nebraska was going to lose that game. Yeah, there is also that nobody talks about. What if the Akron game gets played and they lose? Goo. Then
whoa.
Then there is no conversation about who's snake bit and who's not.
I'm going to be honest. I have not thought of that.
I've never once considered it, actually. Yeah. Just like I've never once considered that Nebraska's going to lose tomorrow. Maybe I should consider it.
Connor.
What?
Akron is one of the worst teams in college football.
I don't know.
In the classroom and on the football field.
I know. Maybe we should go into this with a healthy amount of skepticism.
Not on a Friday. You can't be talking like that on a Friday.
All right, yeah. Josh's hype speech is coming up.
That's right.
We'll do that or do we do that during picks or do that during keys?
Predictions is when we do that.
Okay, we'll do that in about an hour. Sipple will join us at the top of the hour. More after this on 1620 The Zone. Hey, it's Happer here for Underdog Fantasy. Football is back, and Underdog is the best place to make picks and win money all season long, and you could play right now in Nebraska. Playing Underdog, it is very easy. So easy that you could do it from your phone right now, like what I am doing. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. Get your picks right, and you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. You could play with as little as $1. So look at the game tonight. Just go on there and look at all the individual players. So let's just click some buttons right now. Here's what you could do. Patrick Mahomes higher than a touchdown and a half. Travis Kelce higher than 50.5 receiving yards. Ladd McConkey higher than 71.5 receiving yards. Omarion Hampton higher than 48.5 rushing yards tonight. That's going to be 6.88 times your cash on Underdog. You could combine them however you'd like, or you could single them as well. Download the app and sign up using promo code Happer1620, like many of the friends of the show are doing. Happer1620 to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code Happer1620. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog, make picks, win money. Must be 19 plus and present in Nebraska. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concern with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. right, welcome back. Connor Happer, Josh Oddson with you in the Connor Happer Show. Last day of Mega Deals Week at 1620thezone.com. Today's is Churco. You might have a little bit more time to get in there. Half off deal. It's usually $25 to get $50 in gift certificates. Churco's got you covered, and then all week Vala's Timber Creek Pizza Pub, 72 Table and Tap. And then today, Churco, 1620thezone.com. Zone deals go live at 9 o'clock, as they traditionally do. Josh? All right, keys. We're going to do keys here.
It's time.
Just a couple quick ones, because this is a nonsensical football game.
Whoa.
It is.
You only get 12 of these or something like that.
I know. It's not going to stop me from saying it's stupid.
Okay.
It's not going to stop me from saying it's nonsensical, but necessary. As is next week. Welcome, Houston Christian. Crispy chicken sandwiches is my first.
Whoa.
key.
Okay. This is okay. I'm listening.
The key names are just the key names.
Oh.
But, I think this is just a big game to make it look crispy. When you open that fresh can of Diet Coke and people say it's crispy.
I've heard a lot of people in this building, but only in this building, call it that.
Just wanted to make it smooth and clean. I don't need them to be terribly explosive. Everybody's going to be watching for the explosive plays. You need to hit some 60-yard touchdowns. That would be great. I want some rhythm. I want some pace. I want to crease a couple runs. I want some 8-play, 75-yard, 3-minute, 20-second drives. Just bang, 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 chunking their way down the field like a crispy chicken sandwich from wherever you might get them. Key number 2 is Big Mac sacks.
Whoa, okay.
I need a bunch of Big Mac sacks. We didn't get any Big Mac sacks last week.
A lot of people talking about that D-line.
They sacked nobody in Kansas City. Is it because Brandon Sorsby was really that good? I don't know. He was moving around a lot.
Seems unlikely.
It was hard to get him. It's time to get after it a little bit on defense. Give me 5 to 7 Big Mac sacks.
Whoa.
5 to 7 Big Mac sacks. If you couldn't tell, I'm expecting quite a lot from Nebraska. Give me some sacks. I need them. And then back on track. I was going to name this something like, I don't know, chicken nuggets or, oh no, I know what I was going to do. I was going to do golden arches. And I was like, oh, Archie could punt, But then I was like, that can't be a key. Even if you're stretching it, that's not a key. You don't want to punt a bunch against Akron.
Don't do that.
So here's what I mean by back on track. Nebraska scored 20 points in their first game. I would like them to average close to 30 points a game this year. So in order to get back on track, Utah, give me 40 points. I need 40 of them things. 40 points, Josh. At least.
Yeah.
Anything else, we riot. Anything less, it's over. I'm calling for Matt Rule's job on Big Red. I'll call into Big Red overreaction. I'll say, fire him. Just kidding. I'm not going to do that.
35-7. You're calling in and saying this is unacceptable.
This is embarrassing. 40 points.
A 40 burger?
Yes, that would be a good way to put it if you were sticking with the theme of the time. But I just went a completely different direction, Josh.
Okay, that's fine. They're your keys.
Andy writes in.
Hi, Andy.
Keys to the game. That's McMaster's favorite segment. This is actually my least favorite segment.
No. Okay,
if we're gonna make a keys open and go back to get some audio from Thursday of you getting the text about it. Well, we both got the text at the same time about how Matt lost his keys.
And if you're watching on YouTube, there's a graphic on the lower third with just a generic photo of keys. I need to change that to Matt McMaster's keys because I did take a picture of them and sent it to a lot of people.
A lot of people?
Yeah.
Who understood the picture of the keys?
Well, everyone who needed to.
Yes,
this
they are
giant
here.
janitor ring of keys.
Just another excuse for Josh to come back and say, Don't worry. Daddy's got it covered.
Daddy's got it.
That's kind of been Josh's thing lately. He's been saying, okay, Daddy will take care of you.
Okay. I have so many children.
You do. You do.
It's why my wife and I decided to stop at one.
Yeah, you're not allowed to have any more, Josh.
I do not love all my children equally.
No. I don't blame you for that. Those are our keys to the game.
I'm not saying that about Matt. If Matt's listening, I love you, Matt.
I love Matt. People keep saying that I don't love Matt. Yeah. Not true. I love Matt. Maybe you heard that time.
I'm sure he did.
Our keys to the game are very, very important. If they don't do those things, it's time to murder.
We need to get on the horn with a locksmith for this segment.
Wouldn't it be great to have just a nice, a key jingling noise, and then that's a really good feeling when you put the key inside of a lock.
Mm-hmm.
This whole me having a storage garage thing has been really cool for that. I get to put because you don't get to put keys in locks very often anymore.
Does that door kind of rattle when you lift it? It makes that rattle sound, that all the way up.
You bet, Josh. You bet. When's the last time you put a key in a lock?
Great question. I mean,
like a bike lock?
I guess while Jimmy was gone, I was the first one to get to the producer's office each morning. So I would have to put the key in there and unlock the door that way.
Okay, so you did it a lot.
Yeah.
Actually.
But now that Jimmy's back, I don't know when.
You don't even use keys.
Right.
All right. YouTube comments, comment in. When's the last time you used a key for a lock? And where is it? And where are the keys? Please tell me. We're back after this. We'll round out the noon hour. Don't forget Sipple will join us at 1. I promised you guys that we're gonna get to this Wallaby story. So I think this is probably I have Matt Rule clips. I know people want to hear from Matt Rule. People love when Matt Rule talks.
Hayes in the barn on that.
But they really want me to talk about the Wallaby story. And I will do that. Next on 1620 The Zone.
The Connor Happer Show. Follow us on Twitter @Happer Show for all the latest news and views. We may even say something interesting once in a while.
Unlikely.
Really, guys?
Host is roasting every morning. Host is roasting every day.
At Host Coffee.
let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Here comes the clown.
A YouTube comment from SC Schottenkirk.
Hi, SC Schottenkirk.
From the 405, the Eisenhower Tunnel is the best. We're back on tunnels.
Some people never left tunnels.
Tunnels and locks, man. Doesn't take much for me. Get going. Tunnels and locks.
Hey, what Happers?
I realize
what
I have a
Happers say
pea-sized
today?
brain. Tiny baby brain Happer.
Oh, it was a great Happer show. Didn't talk much about Akron.
They
Talked
discovered their
about
love
tunnels
for tunnels.
and their hatred for keys.
I don't use it. I don't use the keys. Drake DeGrassi tweets in.
Hello, Drake.
Used
Say
my
Drake.
key to my front door of my house last night coming back from the store because I didn't want the garage to open and therefore wake up my sleeping baby. That I've done that before.
Mhm.
I've done that before. I also have a key to my mailbox. I don't have my own mailbox. I have there's a package of mailboxes, a cluster, if you will.
I don't want to brag.
You got your own?
I got my own mailbox.
Better watch out. Kyle Peterson's kid might come and run it over.
Oh, trust me. We've had conversations. KP, you keep your kid away from my house. I will do the same in return.
Not getting my mailbox.
Nope.
Not up in here.
I don't have a Mason on speed dial.
We bring you a story from Central Nebraska.
Gretna.
No, Josh. No, not at all. That's not where Central Nebraska is.
Okay.
Headline: Pet wallaby hit by car in Adams County after escaping from home. That's right. You know what a wallaby is, Josh?
I've seen Rocco's Modern Life. Yes, I know what a wallaby is.
You know who does know what a wallaby is? Archie Wilson. He knows. He's seen
Hey,
him.
scribes, ask a real question next presser.
Seriously, they need to get Archie and ask him. I'll be at the game. I'll pull Archie aside.
Hey, Archie. Just
After the
between you and
game,
me.
I'll grab Archie. I'll say, hey, Keith, Shamus, Matt, I just got one question for Archie. It's like,
Can I get one?
and then the question is it real that in Australia the wallabies are like, or the other kangaroos are like deer here? They're just kind of everywhere. So what would you say if you saw a deer in Australia? Probably pretty freaked out. I'd be pretty freaked out if I saw a wallaby in Adams County. But I'm pretty sure this person who was driving down Highway 6 at 11:30 p.m. on Wednesday night was pretty stunned when they smacked it with their car. That's a 65-mile-an-hour speed limit in those parts, Josh. Authorities said the 3-foot-tall marsupial was a family pet that had escaped from its home and made its way onto the highway. The wallaby was, in fact, confirmed dead at the scene.
What a sentence.
That's not what it says. It says the wallaby was killed in the crash.
Not much better.
The Nebraska Game and Parks Commission temporarily took custody of the wallaby after the crash before eventually returning the animal to its owner. Once again, the dead animal.
Well, glad we got the chain of custody on the corpse correct.
Somebody's got to do the autopsy. Game and Parks told Nebraska, News Channel Nebraska, that wallabies are legal to import and own without a permit as long as local municipalities approve. Adams County officials said the wallaby owner lives in Juniata.
That township comes up a lot.
Several
on this show.
It does. Well, yes, that's where my grandparents live.
Okay, that's why.
Several miles from where the crash occurred, and added that the county has never been approached about importing a wallaby. One representative from the village of Juniata also said they've never received any requests regarding exotic animal ownership and were unaware of any wallabies or similar animals living in the community. Wallabies often are mistaken for their larger cousin, the kangaroo. Both species are native to Australia and are part of the macropod family. Thank you, News Channel Nebraska. All right. So, they News Channel Nebraska did all they could here. I got it. Okay. So
got the rest.
So they said in the story that they talked to a person from Junietta and said, no, nobody's ever run by nobody's ever run an exotic animal
Nobody's ever
operation by us.
Hey, I'm getting a wallaby. Is that cool with everybody?
And remember, it's legal and you don't have to have a permit, but you just have to tell people that you have a wallaby at your house. And apparently the city of Junietta was not made aware of this. Now, I don't know if they've tracked it back to a specific person yet, but I am told that there are people in the town of Junietta, apparently not this person, who do know about a person who lives near Junietta who does have an exotic animal collection. I cannot connect the dots for you.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot tell you that definitively the wallaby came from the house that is known to have exotic animals. But I can assume, I'm not reporting it, but I can assume that is where it came from. All sorts of animals at the exotic animal house. And yes, it turns out that the wallaby got loose. So from my perspective, this should not be difficult to trace back to its owner. There's not many houses.
Sure.
There's not many houses. And there's certainly not many exotic pet owners. But if you talk to enough people in the town, they'll tell you, I know where the exotic pet owner lives.
I know the first place you should look.
This person lives right here. And I don't know if they knew that he had a wallaby in there, but it was known throughout the town that there is an exotic animal owner around the area in which the wallaby was struck.
Is this near the intersection in which the incident took place?
It is.
Okay.
It's not an intersection.
Oh, okay.
It's just a highway.
Sure.
Unfortunately, firsthand knowledge of, by my family, I have many members of my family who live right around that area, and some houses right off Highway 6. My grandparents lost many animals over the years to that highway. Hit by vehicles driving through.
Whoa.
Yeah. But there's a lot. It's a farm. There's a lot of animals, Josh. But you could imagine that person's shock when they ran over a wallaby.
A wallaby.
A wallaby.
Of all things.
A wallaby. A wallaby.
A lot of comments on the YouTube stream.
Yeah. What do we got? Any follow-ups from the local news sources yet?
Not yet. J-Man says you can reach out to Jazz Shelley for comment as well.
I could. I have eyes in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. She was back in town recently.
Congrats. Platt Cat. Hopefully minimal punting this weekend. I'm sure Archie is pretty beat up.
Yeah. He has to know about the story. Somebody must have tweeted it at him.
Doug in Harrison, Idaho. 1620, the we ain't narking on no one, boys.
I just have to be very careful, okay? Be very careful.
There's actual legalities involved in this.
Very, very careful.
Platt Cat, I believe, quoting a different news source.
Oh, so there has been an update on this.
The chief deputy knew the owner immediately. This story keeps on giving.
Yeah. You just got to talk to the right people.
Got to build a tunnel in its honor.
If they had a tunnel where the animals could cross the road, that would be a much better situation for the animals in and around Junietta.
Makes sense to me.
Or Kennesaw down the road. So that's the latest. We'll follow up. Obviously, I have a couple messages out, to some folks.
We reached out for comment.
Try to get some more information. And we of course will follow up. I don't know what the end of the story might detail other than outing the exotic animal owner who it turns out everyone actually knows.
You got to talk to Archie about this.
Maybe I'll get Archie for comment on Saturday night. I'm sure everyone would enjoy that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I shot a bald eagle.
Nobody would.
How do you feel?
Nobody would have a critique afterwards that said, "Stupid idiot media asking the dumbest possible questions." Matt writes in.
Hi, Matt.
Does insurance cover a wallaby strike?
Ooh,
like car insurance? I would think so.
Got to check.
I would think so. Johnny mails in. Am I to understand that Connor's grandfather is the Tiger King of Juniata? No, I can confirm that it's not.
It's not that situation.
No, my grandfather is not the owner of exotic animals.
Oh, okay. Your grandfather will not financially recover from this, though.
No, they're not financially affected at all.
Oh, okay.
In the slightest about.
And your grandfather's not in jail.
No.
Okay.
No, he would never.
Okay.
He gives back to the community often.
Whoa, hey.
He gives
That's
power.
great.
He gives power. He has
power?
Yeah, he has windmill.
Oh. Clever.
Yeah. A smart guy.
Yeah.
That's my guy. But all I gotta do is talk to a couple people. You can figure out where
Just gotta hit the streets.
where the wallaby came from.
Yeah, sure.
Hokey Skirt writes in.
Hi, Hokey Skirt.
Stop beating a dead kangaroo, Connor. I just think this is a story worth talking about. Yeah, apparently there's a story in the World Herald now, so it's gone mainstream.
MSM all over this. Finally.
All right, we'll take from the text line.
A text line.
Alex and Lincoln. Happer wants to make Archie cry again. Do you think if I'm to tell Archie about the dead wallaby on Highway 6 that he would become emotional?
Nebraska freshman punter has hit the transfer portal after being made to cry twice publicly in press conferences by the local media.
By both hosts of the Locked On Nebraska podcast. We're back with Steve Sipple after this on 1620 The Zone. Well, we'll see if we can track down Steve Sipple from HuskerOnline.com. If not, we got plenty more stuff to get to. I still don't know if we'll have time for the Kalen Clark thing.
We got to get to it. News dump of the century.
But we do have a couple things from Matt Rule yesterday. First one, a normal kind of football topic. Let's check in with Matt Rule on how this is sort of an underrated topic of the week, and mostly because, and you'll hear Rule talk about it, mostly because of, Ja'Cory Barney playing in the game on Thursday. But remember, he got hurt on, I think it was the first or second play of the game. He got torn down weird, tackled weird, and was kind of not the same afterwards. Rule said that he didn't really know about it. How's Ja'Cory Barney's health, and how will they manage it going into tomorrow?
We'll have to see where Ja'Cory's at. He's been limited this week. He'll play in the game. Just what the volume of his role will be. To be quite honest, I didn't even know he was hurt until the end of the game. That's how much of a warrior that kid is. I came in on Sunday and they're like, he's questionable for next week. I said, yeah, he'll practice Tuesday. No, he won't practice. He practiced Tuesday. He's just he practiced really well yesterday. He's just an infectious. He changes. He and Shavers changed the whole practice yesterday. Like their intensity and their commitment to just showing up at practice and loving the game is so infectious that we feel it when Ja'Cory's not out there. And that's I'm sure they told me his ankle was hurt, but I just couldn't tell. And I know he wasn't probably, when you watch tape, probably not as explosive as he's used to, but he's still pretty dang explosive. So, but yeah, in terms of the volume, we'll have to just wait and see how he feels on game day. It's September and it's going to be 55, 60 degrees. So I'm sure that won't affect it, but just, I just have to wait and see. So
was that Matt Rule almost complaining that it was going to be too cold on Saturday night? What happened to this man?
Certainly surprised him. Yeah, didn't he?
He's wearing
loved the cold.
Yeah, he's wearing a sweatshirt and a jersey over it. He's got a podcast. He's playing golf.
Who is this man?
Well, yeah.
He's thin.
What happened to him? Anyway, I like that little nugget in there about Barney and Shavers kind of changing practice with their energy.
You need those guys.
I mean, you want to talk about those two guys right there. They are two of the three. If we're talking about players, they are two of the three biggest reasons for optimism in the program, period. Like long term, you're looking at Dylan Raiola, Ja'Cory Barney, and Vincent Shavers, and you're saying, I'm good with that core. I'll ride or die with those guys. That's our future, and I like it. I like that that's our future. Those are pretty good guys to roll with right there, in my opinion. So they'll probably take it easy a little bit on Barney this week, manage him a little bit. He wasn't that impactful in the game on Thursday, and it sounds like he might not have a particularly impactful beginning to his season overall, just with the injury. But who knows? One play can make or break your day from a statistical standpoint. Then we have some other things from Matt Rule, like the aforementioned. Well, before we get to golf, how about we mentioned a part of this quote yesterday. What does Matt Rule think about alcohol in Memorial Stadium?
Important question.
What a topic and what a question. Almost as important as what do you think about the walaby getting hit on the highway outside of Hastings? Well, we only have this to go off of. Here's Matt Rule on what the environment Saturday night might look like. Wait for it.
I never thought about that. I hope we're still Nebraska nice. I hope we're not yelling at me or no. I think I go to the baseball games. I go to the basketball games. They serve beer there, right? Like I've never seen an unruly crowd. We have the best fans in sports. So I think people can go have a couple beers at the game, and it's not like it's like $1 beer night, right? It's still what is it, like $8 beer, something like that. So you can have a couple beers and enjoy the game. I think it's I think our fans, of any fans in the country, our fans can go have a beer and a hot dog and watch the game. And I think our night game atmosphere is elite. If it's any better, then I'll buy the beer. Gracious. It's just so fantastic. So I can't wait for it. Honestly, I think I told you guys once before, there was a chance last year to play one more night game, and we didn't do it. I told Haven, like, don't ever let me do that again. We're all thinking recovery, and we play at 11 next week. Like, the night game atmosphere here is special, special, special.
I always think about something different whenever I hear Matt Rule talk. What do you think when you hear Matt Rule talk, Josh?
That interesting line at the end.
Had a chance to play another night game last year.
Yeah, and was like, oh no, don't do that. We got to think recovery and all that. And
no, he just really likes night games. I like playing against night games.
It is different.
It is different. It's better, in my opinion. And you can understand like where schools like Ohio State's frustration comes from. Is like, geez, do we have to play a Big Noon every single week? Can we just please
Could
have
anyone
one for
in
us?
the Big Ten not on the West Coast be good at football?
Right. So, Nebraska has a very cool night game setup, no doubt about it. And Matt Rule goes, Mr. Deeds Hallmark card. I'll bring the beers. I'll bring the beers. I like how the question was like, hey, what do you think? It's the first game with alcohol sales. How do you think it'll go? He's like, I hadn't really thought about that. Well, that makes sense. You're the football coach.
YouTube comment here from Ronnie Vons.
Ronnie Vons.
Wasn't he talking last year about kegs, eggs, and football? loving games in the morning.
That is a great point. He just loves everything.
Yep.
I love it. I love it all. He does. He's a lover. He loves things. Mike in Columbus.
Hi, Mike.
We don't want to be unruly Saturday night. LOL. We need t-shirts ASAP. You want to get them unruly, Josh?
Brandon on the YouTube, he's never seen an unruly crowd. That's fair.
Okay. I don't think the crowd. I take prediction before prediction segment, Josh. You will notice no difference in the energy and intensity in the crowd on Saturday night. Now, if you're in it and you notice people around you drinking beers, but I don't know, like when they started doing it at PBA, like remember people kind of made a big deal out of it 2 years ago when they started selling beer at Pinnacle Bank Arena for Nebraska basketball games.
Yeah, because they couldn't handle it.
Well, yes, there was that piece of it. But like even when I was in there, I had to like specifically make mental note of, like that guy has a beer. I had to look for the beer.
Yeah. I will say when I'm watching the volleyball games, I do notice it because someone in the front row always has a drink in their hand, and I'm like, I kind of do the Leo. Whoa,
yeah, that drink is going to go flying.
Alcohol.
You sit in the front row of a volleyball game, get ready to get absolutely smoked.
Yes,
by a volleyball. So I do not want to have a cocktail in my hand. That's for sure.
They always do.
Yeah, but they do indeed. And then lengthy discussion from Matt Rule. Apparently, he mentioned golf on his podcast.
Yes, I believe he did some time in a simulator.
And somebody asked him about golf. Hey, what are your thoughts on golf? What do you think about golf? What's the coolest golf course you've ever played?
Great question. Can't wait to see what these guys got next week for an even worse game.
And get ready because I really love the beginning of this because he kind of aw shucksed it. What's the SNL skit where the lady, like I think it's Kristen Wiig, like she really wants to sing, but then she goes, "Don't make me sing."
Oh yeah.
I love that SNL sketch. It's a great sketch. Tell me if that reminds you of this from Matt Rule.
My all-time favorite course. Geez, I'm gonna sound so bougie when I say these things. Let me just.
Don't make me talk about golf.
I'm just a guy.
Say this: the person that cut it because they like cut it. Like they cut out. I mean, I was so terrible. Oh my gosh, I couldn't even hit the ball in the simulator. I mean, I'm bad, but I'm not that bad. Danny Woodhead and cameras, and I was wearing an outfit, like a dress pants and a shirt, which I'm not used to right now. So those are all my excuses. But my handicap, I'm probably like a 20. Wishes back there, kind of like looking at me like, really? 22. No. If you take my gin, I don't. I see a lot of coaches, they update their scores. I'm not putting anything in my gin account. If I play a course, no one's going to know, like unless you were there. But I'd say, I've been lucky. I had a chance to go down to Augusta. I went there with my son, and I went there with some great friends of ours.
Don't make me talk about the times I played golf at Augusta.
So that was a bucket list moment, and my favorite experience has been going out to Sandhills, out in Mullen. Like just your phone doesn't work. I play my best golf there. Like my phone doesn't work, and you can just relax. I mean, the first year I saw there were like jackrabbits. I've never seen a jackrabbit in my life, so a little scared at first, but I was out there with some guys who just hey, just enjoy this. But I just literally I'm out there. I'm saying to myself, like, can you imagine like being out here like 200 years ago and like coming across like those rolling hills and being like, where should we go live? Like, it's just amazing to me what people have done in their lives. So just the nature of it, going up at night and like looking at the stars. I grew up in New York City. Like I never saw a star in my life. Like seeing the stars is so beautiful. So I loved going out to Sandhills. But there's great courses here. I mean, I think really like I have so many friends from back home that, come here and they're like, take her to play Firethorn, go up Lost Rail, go to Arbor Links, go to Omaha Country. I'm trying to name everyone, so all the golf pros will be like, Matt, come out and play anytime you want. So as you can see, I need the work, but I don't play during the season. So, but yeah, not a very good golfer. We have some really good golfers on our staff, but I am not one of them. So,
oh, that's good.
There's a lot to unpack there.
I definitely don't play during the season. Don't check my gin. Okay.
What are we social mediaing golf now, or our golf score?
No, that's a thing. That's a handicap tool that the PGA. Yeah, if you have a gin account, you pay membership for whatever, and you plug in your scores, it spits out a handicap. That's
Gee, what'd we do before that?
Sandbagged.
Okay,
that's what most people did. That's what most people still do. Because they go into these tournaments and you give them a handicap or whatever. And some guy rolls up. He's like, "Yeah, I'm an 18," but he's actually like he's an 8.
We had to find a way to get our handicap before that, right? Before
sandbagging.
Okay.
Yeah, you just lie. Lying. That's usually the way. And you could, of course, lie on your gin as well. You could just plug in only scores where you played well or poorly to get a good handicap.
5 years from Sunday.
5 years from Sunday.
September 7th, 2030.
Yes.
That clip will resurface.
Why?
When South Dakota State comes to Memorial Stadium.
Will Matt Rule still be the coach here?
I don't know. I don't think it matters because Dan Jackson and them boys will. I've never seen a jackrabbit in my life. Well, you're gonna today. Hype video. It's not like cars.
No. Nice. Yeah. So that was, by the way, like 2+ minutes of, I think it was only a 14-minute press conference yesterday. That was,
whoa.
It was like it was a good chunk. It was a good chunk of the press conference. So that's, yeah. We didn't have much.
We didn't ask him anything football.
We didn't have much to do yesterday. His shortest answer, maybe the shortest answer he has ever given while at Nebraska, was also yesterday.
Whoa.
And the question was, did you figure things out at left tackle? And he said, Gunnar Gatula will start.
Didn't really answer the question.
End quote. Yeah. I don't think they figured things out. I think they have a starter for tomorrow. I think he kind of wants people to stop talking about it, but they created this disaster themselves. They're the one who's randomly rotating tackles in and out of the game.
Sure.
They did this. And Rule was the one talking about how all Pritchett does is false start in practice, and that he false started in the game.
He does this a lot, and then he did it.
Would if he would have false started at the 1 yard line? Let's say he was the starting tackle on the depth chart. Day one. He plays in that game. He still false starts on the 1 yard line. What's the narrative on Elijah Pritchett today?
Do we still have the clip of Matt Rule saying he false starts a lot in practice?
No,
we don't have that clip.
No, we don't have that clip. They talk him up. He's a starting left tackle. Bang, 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 bang. It's done.
Then I guess there's probably a small section of the fan base that's like, maybe try this or try this or try this. But
no, nobody wants to replace him.
Sure.
He made a mistake.
Okay.
That's what I think. That's what I think it'd be.
People were mad when that depth chart came out that he wasn't starting because of what you're paying him.
So that was a random topic. Sorry. The other Dave YouTube comments in.
Thank you. The real story here.
According to the Gin account, by the way, there's a guy on like TikTok who checks everybody's gins to see if they're sandbagging who have won these tournaments. It's a great account.
Okay, I just learned about this 12 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's a thing, Josh. Josh,
Okay.
you're not in the golf community.
I'm not.
According to the Gin, he has a 21.6, and his home course is Lost Rail, which makes a lot of sense. Very exclusive out there, Josh. Don't make me talk about golf.
He could have said any little muni that he could find, but no, he chose.
Yeah,
to
he
say,
could have said he could have
I'm
said
out there.
high mark.
I'm
you
out,
know,
I'm out there on the par threes with you guys, just trying to hack it.
yeah.
No.
What if he said no? I was over at the casino down at Horseman's Park, and I dropped off at Milt's. You know, he could have said that, but no, Mr. Bougie is all up in this thing.
You're gonna call me bougie when I say all this bougie stuff.
Yes, we are. You played Augusta, buddy. You played Augusta. Many local coaches play Augusta.
Certain ones are allowed to.
They get invited to things and or they have an in with somebody, and then they're connected to people and they go. Let me just put it on the internet right now that I would like to get invited to Augusta. I would also like to get invited to Lost Rail. Hello, my friends from Lost Rail.
I know the architect at Augusta. I'll put in a good word.
Some people do know that person.
He gets to play one time a year.
Jeff writes in.
Hi, Jeff.
Don't put it on the internet that I play golf during the season like Hugh Freeze. That's
Yes.
exactly what he was thinking.
There was a lot of damage control in that brief couple seconds.
Yeah.
I don't play during the season.
When we come back, let's get to our picks for the weekend and Josh's Will Compton hype speech for Akron. Coming up next on 1620 The Zone. last week I went 4-2 in picks, Josh, and you went 2-4. You
Really?
suck.
Really?
Season's over for you, buddy.
Feels like it.
I won Ohio State, Colorado, South Carolina, and Clemson, or LSU. And you won just LSU and Miami.
Oh, that's right. I did pick and in that game, I remember thinking, I told those guys.
You lost on Texas, Colorado, Baylor, as I did, and Virginia Tech. A lot of people were high on Virginia Tech last week, and they were bad.
Michael Severe's confidence alone. I was like, what? Because I was thinking the same thing too. I was like, well,
you talked to Michael about that game. Michael says, don't worry, they're winning.
That feels like a spot.
They
like,
will win that game. They're 7.5-point underdogs.
I was kind of feeling it too. And then he, like, just his level of confidence. I was like, okay.
Michael's confident about everything he says. That's why we love Michael.
I'll ride with him.
So do we do picks first and then hype speech, or hype speech and then picks? We got to remember how to do this.
I think we always did the Nebraska game last in our predictions.
That's right.
That's
right. We have a week slate of college football this week.
Ass football is back, folks.
Doesn't mean we can't enjoy it, Josh. We all will. Let's begin tomorrow morning at 11. Number 11, Illinois, is a 3.5-point favorite at Duke on ESPN.
Some teams in the Big Ten love playing Power 4 opponents.
Kudos to Illinois for this, but might we see a college football playoff dark horse contender go down at the hands of Duke? Yes.
Whoa.
Duke plus 3.5 for me. I'm an Illinois hater. You can't trust me.
I would love to agree with you and go against the Illinois and the Indianas of the world, but that just doesn't feel like the spot. I'm going the Illini here.
Okay. All right. El Assico in Ames this year. Cyhawk, Iowa at number 16. Iowa State is a 3.5-point favorite. 11 a.m. Big Fox, Gus Johnson, Joel Klatt, and the All-American girl, Jenny Taft, the AAG. I think they made him stop saying All-American girl, and they make him say AAG.
They make him?
Well, I mean, he stopped because I think people were like, this is kind of creepy, Gus. You shouldn't really do this. So he says AAG, and then he says All-American girl after that. I don't think he cares. This is the big noon game this week, apparently, which is awesome.
There's one thing that matters in this game. Don't lose Gus Johnson's bleeping luggage this week, okay?
Oh, no.
I don't want him to have to wear Rob Stone's shirt again.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, that's the nightmare.
They're apparently the same size, believe it or not.
Disaster. Yeah, they are both small gentlemen.
That's right. I'm going clones here.
Clones. Just 3.5 is just too many points. So this game is a 1-point game. Book it. I will probably win, honestly.
Whoa.
Yeah. So give me 2 dogs right out of the gate. We're going out on the limb. I wonder what Gus will think about this very exciting 17-16 game.
They're not giving him a lot of points this year, are they?
Not so far.
14-7 in the first week.
All right, we snuck this one in here because there was some chatter about it this week. Oklahoma State with new quarterback Zane Flores heads out west to Oregon. This is Gundy and his nipples versus Dan Lanning and his awesome quotes. Number 6, Oregon is a 27.5-point favorite, 230 CBS. I think it's my turn.
It is.
Oregon will win this game very, very comfortably. I do not care whether Oklahoma State is a Power 5 team or whatever. It's going to be, let's just throw out like 56-10 or something like that. Oregon covers.
Oregon might have covered this to begin with, but then you angered Dan Lanning. You threw a rock at him. You didn't have to do that, and now you're going to pay for it. Ducks by 1 million here.
SEC, a conference game, Josh. Imagine that.
Whoa.
Number 20, Ole Miss, is an 8.5-point favorite at Kentucky. 2:30 on ABC.
Ooh, that's a lot of points, but I feel like Kentucky is still ass.
Bad.
So I'm gonna go Ole Miss, but I don't love it.
Ole Miss is certainly capable of losing this game.
Uh-huh.
I agree with everything you just said. I will still take Ole Miss as well.
They're capable of losing this game. They're also capable of winning by 40 here.
Yes, but give me Ole Miss here just because I don't think Kentucky is worth a damn.
Yeah,
frankly. So there you go on that one. Biggest game of the week, number 15, Michigan, with Sharon Moore, who is an Oklahoma alum, at number 18, Oklahoma, who's a 5.5 favorite, 6:30 ABC. Josh.
Connor.
I like Michigan. I like the underdog, and I like them to win the game outright. Give me Bryce Underwood to go on the road and do the damn thing. Didn't run him much last week against New Mexico. I think they'll get that game going, and I'm just not a buyer in Oklahoma like many people are this year.
I echo everything you just said. Michigan probably outright as well.
Yep. Oh, Michigan's going to win the game. My confidence level is sky high. Go Wolverines, I always say.
You always say that.
I always say that. And that sets up a nice trip to Lincoln in a couple weeks. Should be fun. All right, before we get to our Akron, Nebraska picks, you need a little hype in order to get us there. Josh, what say you?
Revenge. It's a dish best served cold. And I'd say after 7 years, it's time. The Zips are single-handedly responsible for ruining the greatest era in college football history. No what if in the history of the sport is bigger. None. Bill Moose wrote a big-ass check 7 years ago. I say it's time to get our money's worth. $1.5 million.
What?
Smackers.
What?
Simoleons.
What?
Bucks.
What?
Skrilla.
What?
Cheddar.
What?
Now seems like the right time for a return on investment. 2018, the prodigal son returned to Lincoln. The old gray lady was jacked in a way we've never seen before. And Zippy hopped back to Australia faster than Kangaroo Jack. Akron, your day of reckoning is upon us. Tomorrow, the Skurs face the worst team in the country. They ain't scored a point all year. Everybody calling in this week, bitching, moaning, carrying on, turning down wins, and worrying about how it looks. It's not a fashion show. There's no style points. You win or you lose. And the good guys are 1-0. But if you're soft and you care about how it looks, then it's time to stomp a $1.5 million mud hole in Akron's ass and walk it dry. Get your numbers, boys, because tomorrow night, we're padding stats, getting guys reps, and drinking Corn Husker Crusher through those gates. It's time to get more crunk than Matt Coatney. You do it for those who never got a chance to in 18, depriving the fan base of greatness. Do it the way we did in 97. Pretty good year, huh? Nebraska, 59. Akron, 14. The same score as the last time Zippy had the stones to take on the Big Red. Take your check. Go home. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord
Yes!
split you.
He said it!
Saturday night in Lincoln, we make it rain. Points, that is.
Yeah, it's got to be, well, and money. It's got to be hard. Skrilla, smackaroos, things like that.
Cheddar.
Yeah, it's got to be hard to gin up this kind of intensity for the Akron game. But Josh, dadgummit, you did it again.
I'm just saying, if Scott Frost would have had Akron in 2018, it'd all be different.
I think Kangaroo Jack got a shout out in the
did.
hype speech for the first time, but no Maddie and Tay, interestingly enough.
I only remembered it this morning, Connor.
How could you forget? So what did you say? What was the score?
59-14, the same score that was in 97.
Oh, I like that. You always go for a little bit of, closing. You're big on closing the loop, just
give me a narrative for Monday.
Yeah. 42-10, which would give Akron the cover.
Whoa. Sorry, Josh. Sorry, Matt.
42-10. Nebraska.
Okay.
Obviously. And Akron scores 10 whole points in this game, which is 10 more than they scored last week against Wyoming. Enjoy Big Red Overreaction, Josh and Matt, like you said. And Nebraska falls to 0-2 and covers.
Interesting trend, though.
0-2 against the spread. But it's a very comfortable win and nothing goes wrong. Except for they don't cover. And people get triggered after the game and call into Big Red Overreaction.
Because it's a night game and they've been drinking all day.
Yes, and all night, legally, inside Memorial Stadium. When we return, we'll have the polls. We'll tell you what to watch. And get you ready for the weekend on 1620 The Zone. People still love your Will Compton hype speeches, Josh.
Hey, if they keep saying good job, I'll keep doing them.
Okay. Well, they're going to keep saying good job. Now, they might take on a different light in a couple weeks. We'll tell you more about that later. All right, let's go to the polls at Happer Show on the JTech Construction Zone Twitter feed. Have you been on Howard Street?
Yes, of course.
Plenty. Yeah. 69% only say yes.
Nice.
Which is kind of nice and amazing. Is cash still king? No. I'm afraid not.
I don't think so.
65% say yes.
Oh, okay.
Do we know spit?
Oh, yeah, we know spit.
60% say yes. And two more. Are tunnels your favorite thing? Curious to get the results on this.
Learned a lot about the audience today.
Your tunnels are awesome. By the way, we got to, I forgot this. We got to get this tweet in from Declan. Tunnel talk are car washes tunnels. That's the reason why there's so many car washes, because dudes love tunnels.
Okay, I'm on it. Or did you do it already?
The poll question?
Yeah.
But maybe the poll question should be, is the reason why there's so many car washes because dudes love tunnels?
Okay.
We won't have any results to really get through on that, but yeah, I think that's the question that we're pondering here. Are tunnels your favorite thing? Yes or no? 65% say no, which means 35% say yes, Josh.
That's one way to look at it.
And do you trust the DVD? I do.
In that specific instance, yes.
I trust the DVD. 50-50. Your vote is very important. And just up is the reason there are so many car washes in Omaha because dudes love tunnels. I think they were onto something. Currently, 100% say yes.
Wow. Chance says that tunnels are his second favorite thing. Gee, I wonder what could be first.
Those are the polls, Josh. What are we watching tonight?
We are watching week 1 of the National Football League. Could I interest you in that?
Yes.
Chiefs Chargers tonight on YouTube.
On YouTube.
What a stupid idea.
What kind of weird operations going on here?
Okay, you can hear it on 1180 The Zone, probably, if everything goes right like it's supposed to.
It'll be fine, Josh.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Steelers Jets at noon here locally on CBS at noon. Lions Packers 3 p.m. Sunday on CBS for some reason, as God intended. Giants Commanders noon Sunday on Fox. Ravens Bills 7 o'clock Sunday night on NBC and 1620 The Zone. College football tonight. James Madison
Josh Allen.
Oh yeah, go Josh Allen. James Madison at Louisville. 6 o'clock tonight on ESPN2. Shout out former Reaver Clev Lubin. Western Illinois at Northwestern. 6:30 tonight on BTN. And at that same time on BTN, somehow, Northern Illinois takes on Maryland.
Oh, fun.
Eastern Washington at Boise State tonight at 8 o'clock on FS1. Cubs taking on the Nationals right now on Apple TV, so no one can see it. Brewers Pirates at 5:40. Also on Apple tonight. Twins Royals, Big Fox tomorrow night. Mariners Braves, 11 a.m. Sunday on Roku. No Sunday night baseball this week. They cannot compete with the mega grunt Ravens Bills.
Good call.
Men's semifinals going on in about 15 minutes on ESPN. Women's championship tomorrow at the U.S. Open. Men's championship on Sunday. A little volleyball this weekend. The Trojan Invitational. Creighton. USC.
That's right.
3 o'clock Sunday on BTN. Second straight weekend, the Creighton Blue Jays will be on BTN. Might as well just make them a full-fledged member of the conference.
Great
now.
idea. I'm sure they wouldn't mind the $1 billion that you get.
Emeritus Players Challenge going on this weekend as well. Number 1 Nebraska and Wright State, 7 o'clock tonight on BTN Plus. And then number 1,
Creighton's on BTN and Nebraska's on BTN Plus.
Well, just wait. I could have constructed this differently, and I probably should have. Number 1 Nebraska against Cal, 1 p.m. Sunday on BTN. It will be immediately followed by Creighton USC.
Okay.
So there's a Nebraska centric doubleheader on BTN Sunday. And finally, the 2025 MTV Video Music Awards, 7 o'clock Sunday on CBS and MTV. LL Cool J hosts the 41st annual award show that will air for the first time ever on MTV's parent company, CBS. Mariah Carey receives the Lifetime Achievement Award. Jelly Roll will be performing. Can you believe it?
It's shocking.
They got Jelly Roll. Sabrina Carpenter and Ricky Martin will perform as well. There will be a tribute to Ozzy Osbourne, and Lady Gaga leads the way with 12 nominations for her Die with a Smile video.
Cool. That sounds fun, Josh.
It does.
I love music. I love music.
Yeah. Can't believe they got Jelly Roll.
That's what we're watching, and that is the show. If you missed anything, 1620thezone.com is where you can find it. Time for an afternoon crossover coming up next.